owner preview. Come and see us here at Cartown Kia or look us up online at cartownkiausa.com.
While supplies last with approved credit. See dealer for details and availability.
This is Caraway and Adeline at Mattresses and More, next door to Ace Hardware on Houstonville Road in Danville. If you are looking for a new furniture or bedding, stop by and check us out. New merchandise arriving weekly, and we sell off the floor. Come see our Nana for the best deal around. You'll be glad you did.
Mattresses and More than a mattress store, located in Danville. Phone 859-236-1646 and like them on Facebook at Mattresses and More.
This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by...
It's brought to you by Cattleman's Roadhouse. Treat yourself to a delicious meal at Cattleman's, where everyone in the family is certified something to tastify their taste buds. Ooh, I love me some Cattleman's. Cattleman's Roadhouse, Danville Bypass, where a great steak is truly just the beginning. Sunshine, a high today of 68, a low tonight 42. Sunshine tomorrow, high of 71. And on Saturday, mostly cloudy, 65 is a high. Pretty much the same thing there on Sunday. Right now it's 6:11 in the morning. It's 45 degrees right here in Danville, Thursday, September the 29th. Joe Show time. Let's rock and roll.
Say, look at JoJo.
Good morning to you, Danville and Boyle County. It's time for the Joe Show on 103.9 FM WHIR. Alrighty then, folks, Thursday, September the 29th, and we celebrate one day today. Today is International or National Coffee Day, and I'm sure today that many of you all are going to like to celebrate, especially if you're up this early in the morning. Java, Joe, Black Gold, whatever you want to call it, coffee is the fuel that makes the American workforce go. This caffeine-filled blessing has been around ever since a 6th century Ethiopian goat herder realized that his goats would get really excited when playing around his coffee plants. Soon, Ethiopians began experimenting with the seeds, and a century later, brewed coffee as we know it was born. Once folks started drinking coffee, they realized it was really hard to stop drinking coffee. Today, over 400 billion cups of coffee are consumed each year. In fact, it is a world commodity that's second only to oil. Luckily for you, businesses around the nation celebrating this special day by giving it away for free at certain places. We'll look at that a little bit later on this morning. It's International and National Coffee Day. Celebrate both accordingly on this Thursday, September the 29th edition of the Joe Show. 238-WHIR is the phone number to call in this morning, 238-9447. We'd love to have you on the Joe Show in a day where we are celebrating all of our birthdays that we have down on our list. It is an 8 birthday type of day for us, so 8 different birthdays that we have down. Let's do it. Happy birthday! All right, happy birthday to these people. Derek Brightwell celebrates a birthday today. Happy birthday to Derek. He used to be at the Advocate Messenger. He was a sports reporter there. Did a great job with the Advocate. Lynette Freeman has a birthday today. So does Terry Coslow and Amanda Edwards. And Steve Dragon. Give you more after this singing right here. Happy birthday! Happy birthday! Rebecca Hillman has a birthday today as well. So does Jonathan Carter and Ariel Edgington. Those are the birthdays on this Thursday, September the 29th. Happy birthday! Happy birthday! 238-WHIR. Thursday, September 29th, typical Thursday morning show that we have lined up for you this morning. Starts off at 7:10 in about 45 to 50 minutes or so. We'll have Boyle County head football coach Justin Haddix join us this morning and talk Rebel football. Boyle County is on bye this week, so don't have to worry about a Boyle County game. If you're a Rebel fan, they're going to the bye week at 6-0, but we still love talking with Coach Haddix and see what he's got to say about his Rebels on bye week this week, and pretty fun conversation yesterday. If you were able to tune in yesterday with the Coach Haddock's conversation, talking about the ability to add new plays to the playbook, how he gets inspired to add new plays, what he likes watching in the pro ranks and the college ranks, and what he does when he sees a play that's run on TV that he thinks he wants to add. Pretty fun conversation yesterday. So we'll talk with Coach Haddock at 7:10 this morning. 7:20, Danville head football coach Mark Peach. The Admirals had a bye last week. They're in action this week at Bullitt East. Be playing the Bullitt East Chargers. Very good 6A school. Their head coach is Keegan Kendrick. Keegan was a football player at Boyle County High School just a couple of years ago. More than a couple, but you get what I'm saying. Over the last decade or so, he's played his high school football career at Boyle County. So we'll have Coach Peach on here at 7:20 to talk about that. 7:40 County Agents Corner. We've had Linda McClanahan on this week, and she's with the Mercer County Extension Office, so we'll have Linda join us this morning at 7:40. Mimi Becker at 7:50, the Danville Boyle County Arts Commission. With Mimi Becker, she'll join us. We'll talk with Mimi about what's going on this morning in the world of art. And in the 8 o'clock hour, 8:20, we've got Randy. Don't want to skip over Randy. At 8:40, James the Gardener. Almost skipped over the entire 8 o'clock hour. In the 9 o'clock hour, it is a Morning Point Thursday, so we'll have Morning Point. Tabitha Teague will join us this morning at 9:35. That's the rundown of today's show. We'd love to have you on. You got to call in to be on. 238-WHIR, 238-9447. We start off this morning with a look at early morning sports. And here it is. Aaron Judge ties a historic mark. NBA players secure the rights to own a pickleball team, and the Jets quarterback expected to play versus the Steelers. Those are the headlines on this Thursday morning. I'm Joe Mathis, guiding you through these Thursday morning sports, starting off in Major League Baseball history, where in his season for the ages, New York Yankees slugger Aaron Judge reached a magical home run milestone indoors at the Rogers Center. Batting in Wednesday night's 7th inning, Judge launched his 61st home run of the year, a 2-run shot to left off Blue Jays lefty reliever Tim Meza. Judge's tie-breaking blast sent the Yankees toward an 8-3 win. In game number 155, Judge moved past Babe Ruth and into a tie with Roger Maris, who set the single-season franchise record with 61 home runs in 1961. With Roger Maris Jr. in attendance, Judge joined the late Maris for a share of the all-time American League record for home runs in a season. It's been 61 years since Maris hit 61, and now Judge has joined Roger Maris. He's one home run away from breaking the American League record. In the NBA news and kind of pickleball news as well, LeBron James has taken his investment talents to a different court. Major League Pickleball announced Wednesday that an investment group led by the Lakers star and his business partner Maverick Carter had secured the rights to own a pro pickleball team. Other investors in the group include NBA forwards Draymond Green of the Golden State Warriors and Kevin Love of the Cleveland Cavaliers. When I started playing pickleball, I immediately connected with the sports community and its capacity to be both fun and competitive, Carter told CNBC. James and Carter will operate as the team's owners through their family office, LRMR Ventures. In NFL news, New York Jets quarterback Zach Wilson is slated to make his season debut this week. Jets coach Robert Saleh announced on Wednesday that Wilson had cleared medical tests and will start, barring any setbacks, when New York plays the Steelers in Pittsburgh on Sunday. Wilson is yet to suit up this season due to a meniscus tear and bone bruise in his right knee that he sustained in the team's preseason opener. He underwent surgery in August for that. Veteran quarterback Joe Flacco, who's 37, had filled in for the Jets, who's 1-2 and averaged 300 yards passing in his 3 starts. Did a pretty good job for the Jets. Scores from around Major League Baseball yesterday. Your Cincinnati Reds, they did not play yesterday. My Atlanta Braves, they lost 3-2 to the Nationals. Radio Risk Cleveland Guardians beat the Tampa Bay Rays 2-1. Those are the headlines on this Thursday morning. I'm Joe Mathis for the Hometown Radio Network.
Did you know that WHIR AM 1230 is the talk of the town? We're not spreading gossip. We're just letting you know where the best talk radio is found all day, every day. Mornings begin with Danville's own Joe Mathis and The Joe Show.
Hey, this is Joe Mathis.
Wake up to what you missed. News, weather, sports, and local guests. Followed by Kentucky Sports Radio with Matt Jones.
Welcome, everyone. Kentucky Sports Radio. I'm Matt Jones.
Then, the man who has an opinion about everything, Tomas Mauricio.
I'm Tomas Mauricio. I invite you to tune in.
Starting at noon with Advocates for America. Then at 3, it's the best-known name in news, Sean Hannity.
Join me, Sean Hannity, on WHIR.
Then, Joe Pag starts off weekday evenings at 6 with his take on the day's news, mixed with his fun parody songs about the news.
Hey, it's Joe Pag on WHIR.
Afterwards, at 10, it's the unique world of John B. Wells on WHIR with his Caravan to Midnight show. And longtime radio star Jim Bohannon takes you through the wee hours of the morning.
This is Jim Bohannon on WHIR.
These guys have a lot to say, and they'll be glad to have you join them every weekday on your home for news, talk, sports. AM 1230, WHIR, the talk of the town.
Hello?
Guess who went out last night? I got hot and worked up, but I'm not the one who went out. It was my air conditioner, and I sure hope it had a good time, because I sure didn't.
I know just the person for you to see. Hensley's Heating and Air.
Hensley's Heating and Air?
Yes, give them a call right now.
What's the number?
859-336-3965.
Hensley's Heating and Air, local. Quick, timely service. 859-336-3965.
This is Caraway and Adeline at Mattresses and More, next door to Ace Hardware on Houstonville Road in Danville. If you are looking for a new furniture or bedding, stop by and check us out. New merchandise arriving weekly, and we sell off the floor. Come see our Nana for the best deal around. You'll be glad you did.
Mattresses and more than a mattress store, located in Danville. Phone 859-236-1646 and like them on Facebook at Mattresses and More.
It's time once again for the least famous recipe of Danville Hometown Radio Network Lunch in the Office promotion. You can receive up to 20 two-piece chicken dinners and free tea delivered to your business on Wednesday, a value of over $150. Drop us a note on our Facebook page at Hometown Live Radio or email us at radio@hometownlive.net why you deserve free least famous recipe chicken for lunch. We announce the winner on Tuesday and deliver it on Wednesday. Don't miss out. Free Lunch in the Office brought to you by least famous recipe of Danville and the Hometown Radio Network.
This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by...
Appreciate that, nice of you, Rebecca. Brought to you by our friends hanging out over at Central Kentucky Mulch and Stone. Jeremy Brummett and his staff at CKY Mulch and Stone, your landscape supplier. For designer and construction gravel, cut stones, color mulches, straw blankets, landscape fabric, they're on Dave Coe Drive. They are off the Danville Bypass. They're just south of Stuart Powell Ford, and they're online at ckymulchandstone.com. You get sunshine, a high today 68, low tonight 42. Sunshine tomorrow, high of 71. Saturday, mostly sunny, and mostly cloudy Saturday. Mostly cloudy, high of 65. There is a chance we see some rain showers Saturday night, Saturday afternoon, evening into Sunday. Right now, 6:22 in the morning. It is 46 degrees right here in Danville. 238-9447, 238-WHIR. As we take a look down our celebrity birthday list, see what celebrities are celebrating their birthdays on this Thursday, September the 29th. Happy birthday to these people. Roger Bart is 60. He's an actor from The Producers, Stepford Wives, The Lost Room, Harold and Kumar, Escape from Guantanamo Bay, Desperate Housewives, and American Gangster. Robert Bart, 60 years old today. Zachary Levi is 42. He's a director, actor, and singer. He's acted on TV shows like Chuck and the movies Alvin and the Chipmunks, The Squeakquel, and Shazam, as well as Thor, The Dark World. 42 years old today for Zachary Levi. Here's a clip from the movie Shazam.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I thought you were the one who was screaming.
I doused it with pepper spray.
Smart move. Yeah, hey, Mr. Mugger Guy, give the old lady her purse back.
Hey, the late singing cowboy Gene Autry would have had a birthday today as well. He would have been, about 115 years old if he was still with us. Gene Autry would have had a birthday today. The late Elizabeth Scott, not Elizabeth, but Elizabeth Scott, born on this date, 1922, would have been 100 if she was still with us. The Strange Love of Martha Ivers, Dead Reckoning, Desert Fury, Too Late for Tears. She was dubbed the most beautiful face of film for black and white film during the 1940s and 50s. Of all 21 films she appeared in, she was the lead actress in all but one. Elizabeth Scott would have had a birthday today, born on this date, 1922. And the late PBS NewsHour co-anchor Gwen Ifill would have had a birthday today as well. Would have been 67. In 1999, became the first African-American woman to host a nationally televised U.S. public affairs show with that program called Washington Week in Review. And that's what's gone on this date in celebrity news. Birthdays today. All right, 6:24 in the morning. Tell you what, you give me 1 minute or so, and I'll have country music birthdays as well in 60 seconds. Here's the NBC Tech Report.
Chipotle Mexican Grill says it's going to test a robotic tortilla chip maker in one of its California restaurants. The kitchen assistant by Miso Robotics is known as Chippy and will be online next month at a location in the Los Angeles suburb of Fountain Valley. Chipotle said it's also testing a new system to cut down on food waste, as well as location-based technology for its mobile app. Oregon State University has created the fastest bipedal robot in the world, and its name is Cassie. On Tuesday, engineering students unleashed their star robo-athlete onto the school's track, where it ran a 100-meter dash in just under 25 seconds. Now, while that might not be faster than the average human, it's the fastest pace that a two-legged robot has ever accomplished. Cassie also made headlines last year when it ran a 5K in 53 minutes. And lawyers for Twitter will have to wait another week to question Elon Musk. That's because his deposition has been moved to October 6th and 7th. It comes ahead of a trial between the two that's set to begin soon after that. Tech Report, Mark Mayfield, NBC News Radio.
One of the most trusted names in jewelry is B&L Jewelers. For years, we've been helping you and your neighbors say, I love you, happy anniversary, even here's something just because.
Tell her you love her with a diamond from B&L Diamond Jewelers. Make her stop and think of the love you both share. Nothing allows you to celebrate the special moments in life like a diamond. Diamonds are the only gift in the whole world that will never fade away with time. They will not rust away and does not require any special care to maintain its brilliant beauty. Diamonds are forever, and 30 years from now, she will still remember that moment when you gave her that diamond. No other gift can keep giving like a diamond for years to come.
Stop in for a free jewelry cleaning and inspection and say hello. Love gets better at B&L Jewelers, located in the Danville Manor Shopping Center.
Love gets better with B&L Jewelers.
All right, I said a minute. It took me 2 minutes. We got it, though, this date in country music history. Let's take a look down the timeline. And first of all, we toss it over to Mr. Voice.
On this day in country music.
On this date 115 years ago, as I mentioned, Gene Autry, who was actually born Orvon Grover Autry, gained fame as the singing cowboy on radio. In movies, he appeared in almost 100 films and television for more than 3 decades, beginning in the 1930s. Gene Autry would have been 115 years old. It was on this date in 1935 The Killer was born. Jerry Lee Lewis, rock and roll country music singer, songwriter, and pianist. He kind of fell out of the country music graces there for a little bit after marrying his 12-year-old cousin or something like that, 14-year-old cousin. But Jerry Lee Lewis, born on this date, 1935. And it was on this date, 1969, Okie from Muskogee from Merle Haggard was released by Capitol Records. And that's what's gone on this date. September 29th, country music history, starting off back in 1907, where Gene Autry was born. Yes.
I'm back in the saddle again.
No, back in the saddle again for old Gene.
Where a friend is a friend.
Boy, what a superstar he was. The owner of the LA and California Angels Major League Baseball team as well from 1961 to 1997. He died 3 days after his 91st birthday at his home in Studio City, California in October of 1998. Gene Autry, born Orvon Autry, would have had a birthday today.
Back in the saddle again. Whoopie-tie-I-O.
Whoopie-tie-I-O. Gene Autry on this date, 1907. It was on this date, 1935, Jerry Lee Lewis was born.
You shake my nerves and you rattle my brain. Too much love.
Goodness gracious, great balls of fire.
Broke my will, but what a thrill. Goodness gracious, great balls of fire.
Now he's the last surviving pioneers of 50 rock and roll and the last surviving member of Sun Records' $1 Million Quartet and the Class of 55 album, which altogether included Johnny Cash, Carl Perkins, Roy Orbison, and Elvis Presley. Jerry Lee Lewis, born on this date, 1935.
Good. Hold me, baby.
And it was on this day, 1969, Capitol Records released Okie from Muskogee from Merle Haggard.
'Cause we like living right.
The song became one of the most famous of Haggard's career, written by Haggard after being released from San Quentin prison. He said that he became disheartened watching Vietnam War protests and incorporated that emotion and viewpoint into this song. Merle Haggard, this date, 1969, one of the all-time great country songs, Okie from Muskogee, was released.
Like the hippies out in
San Francisco do. Merle Haggard, Jerry Lee Lewis, and Gene Autry have all made their mark on this date, September 29th, in country music history. At 6:30 in the morning, our bottom hour news is right now.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
The trial of 2 ex-Louisville police officers involved in the Breonna Taylor case is being delayed. The federal trial was yesterday postponed in court to allow both sides the chance to review evidence. Former officers Joshua Janes and Kyle Meany face civil rights violations charges following the raid of Taylor's home and her subsequent death in March 2020. The trial is expected to be rescheduled to October of next year at the earliest. Less fentanyl in the United States thanks to a seizure by border officials in Louisville. U.S. Customs and Border Protection said yesterday they stopped a shipment of drugs which had enough fentanyl to kill over 200,000 people. Officials say the shipment came from South Africa and was headed to Colorado. Kentucky State Representative Lisa Wilner is introducing a law which will temporarily block at-risk adults from purchasing a firearm.
We're not taking anything away from people. We're not imposing on anyone's rights. We're, in fact, increasing people's abilities to be able to advocate for themselves.
Wilner tells WLKY-TV there's a similar law in Virginia. The law would create a voluntary do not sell firearms list throughout the state of Kentucky. Wilner says those signing the list would then have a way of keeping themselves safe when thoughts of suicide occur. High school dropouts around Louisville now will have an avenue to earn their diploma tuition-free. It's called the Excel Center. It's now open in Newburgh. The campus is the creation of Goodwill Industries of Kentucky and will provide 8-week class schedules, free on-site childcare, and counseling services. The center is a pilot program. If successful in Louisville, Goodwill plans on opening additional schools throughout the state. I'm Sean McCormick.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
Big deals. 1, 2, 3. Oh, hi. Jenny here. Just counting all the dollars I saved at my local Big Deals online store. What? You haven't saved yet? Get on it. You'll love the great selection of gift certificates at discount prices. They make great gifts, too. And you can shop right from your phone. Nothing satisfies like counting all those savings. Now let me get back to it. 6, 7, 8.
Go to hometownlive.net to shop and save at the Big Deals online store. You can also find links to download the free Big Deals Media app for your phone. Works on Apple and Android cells. Shop quickly and access all your mobile Big Deal certificates easily for redemption. You can also easily send a mobile certificate to someone else to use via email. Check it out and join the thousands that save with Big Deal certificates to local businesses.
Shop and save with Big Deals at hometownlive.net. That's hometownlive.net.
Equity levels are up significantly, and as a homeowner, you're able to leverage your investment to access cash for the things you need. Maybe it's paying off debt or renovating your home, even funding college tuition, whatever you want, because it's your money. Just be sure you work with American Financing, America's home for home loans, because they provide free, no-obligation mortgage reviews, so you can learn about custom loan options before moving forward. No pressure, no upfront or hidden fees, just a simple conversation around your goals and ways to achieve them faster. It could mean up to $1,000 in monthly savings, plus tens of thousands long-term. If you start soon, you could skip 2 payments, and you may close in as fast as 10 days when you call Call American Financing, 866-886-2026. That's 866-886-2026, or visit AmericanFinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSConsumerAccess.org.
Historic Main Street comes alive September 30th through October 2nd with Kentucky's largest Oktoberfest. It's bigger than ever with double the stages at this year's Oktoberfest in Harrodsburg, where you can catch 3 days of live concerts with everything from 80s hits, reggae, rock to soul, funk, and bluegrass. Indulge in over 20 beers on tap, local food, crafts, and Kinderland, a free family-friendly inflatable park. Admission is free. Visit OktoberfestHarrodsburg.com for full details. That's OktoberfestHarrodsburg.com.
You need a stopper at the new Papa's Quick Stop for some knickknacks, gas and snacks, breakfast, lunch, and fried chicken with a bone. Papa's Quick Stop has a loyalty program, fast way to earn on every purchase you make. A swipe of your card is all it takes. Come see what they've done to the new place at Papa's Quick Stop. Come try their great breakfast, lunch specials, fried chicken, Hunt's Brother Pizza, and save on all your gas, snacks, beer, and much, much more. Hey, Papa, can you stop at the Quick Stop in Danville, across from the fairgrounds, formerly known as Hill of Beans?
This is a Hometown Radio Network information update.
It's Bourbon Chase weekend in Kentucky, which means tomorrow night into Saturday morning, hundreds of runners will descend on this area as the 200-mile distance race comes right through here before runners finish in Lexington. The Danville Police Department has now released what roads and what times those roads will be closed. Those runners will cross Hughes Lane from Perryville Road and come into Danville using Lebanon Road from around 7 to 10:30 tomorrow night. Main Street's going to be blocked off between 2nd and 4th Street starting at 5 o'clock and going through 1 o'clock in the morning. From there, runners will go into Stanford and then circle back into Danville in the early morning hours, sometime between 2 o'clock and 5 o'clock in the morning. After that, they head towards Harrodsburg using the bypass. Danville Police reminds everyone to be patient and mindful of the runners that'll be around the city on Friday night and Saturday morning. The newly formed Danville-Boyle County Economic Development Corporation has announced Harold Nally to their staff as the Workforce Development Specialist. In that role, Nally will work with the Workforce Development Committee to assure that there is a diverse and talented workforce to fill employment opportunities in Danville and Boyle County. He will begin his role with the Danville-Boyle County Economic Development Corporation in October. Tuesday night was the second political forum of the year featuring district judge candidates Patrick Barsotti and Stacey Kuntz, and we'll have another forum broadcast Tuesday of next week. On October 4th, the UK Extension Office will be the host of a forum between candidates for Boyle County Magistrates Districts 1 and 2. District 1 candidates are Tom Ellis and Terry Hogue, while District 2 candidates are Paula Jean Bodner and Tina Lynn. You can hear that forum on 103.9 FM WHIR and HometownLive.net. It'll start Tuesday night at 7 o'clock. The state has reimbursed Mercer County for almost all of the work done on Oakland Lane. Mercer County Fiscal Court Judge Executive Scott Mosley said yesterday that the state had sent Mercer County a check for $80,000, which is about 80% of the work that's been done on Oakland Lane. And speaking of road work, if you're heading to Lexington, watch out for road work on Nicholasville Road for the next 3 weekends. That work includes sidewalk and signal loop replacement and resurfacing. Motorists will still be able to pass through the work zones, but just use caution when you do. Reporting for the Hometown Radio Network, I'm Joe Mathis.
Did you know that WHIR AM 1230 is the talk of the town? We're not spreading gossip. We're just letting you know where the best talk radio is found all day, every day. Mornings begin with Danville's own Joe Mathis and The Joe Show.
Hey, this is Joe Mathis.
Wake up to what you missed. News, weather, sports, and local guests. Followed by Kentucky Sports Radio with Matt Jones.
Welcome, everyone. Kentucky Sports Radio. I'm Matt Jones.
Then, the man who has an opinion about everything, Tomas Mauricio.
I'm Tomas Mauricio. I invite you to tune in.
Starting at noon with Advocates for America. Then at 3, it's the best-known name in news, Sean Hannity.
Join me, Sean Hannity, on WHIR.
Then, Joe Pag starts off weekday evenings at 6 with his take on the day's news, mixed with his fun parody songs about the news.
Hey, it's Joe Pag on WHIR.
Afterwards, at 10, it's the unique world of John B. Wells on WHIR with his Caravan to Midnight Show. And longtime radio star Jim Bohannon takes you through the wee hours of the morning.
This is Jim Bohannon on WHIR.
These guys have a lot to say, and they'll be glad to have you join them every weekday on your home for news, talk, sports. AM 1230, WHIR, the talk of the town.
Boyle County's our home, so let's keep it clean.
No need to worry where you can dispose of your deep fryer cooking oil. Used cooking oil is accepted at Ghost Pike Convenience Center for all Boyle County residents. Waste cooking oil collected is recycled into biodiesel fuel. The Ghost Pike Convenience Center is open Monday through Saturday, 7 to 5.
Boyle County's our home, so let's keep it clean.
This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by
Danville Auto Body Shop, top-of-the-line collision auto body repair. Head to the mechanics over at 315 Dillahay Street and call ahead for an appointment, 236-2299. That's 236-2299, Danville Auto Body Shop. Sunshine, a high up near 68, a low of 42. Tomorrow, sunshine for Football Friday, high of 71. Saturday, mostly cloudy, high of 65. Right now, it is 6:39 in the morning. It is 46 degrees in Danville. There's Larry Vaught just busting on through here with Vaught's Views. Take it away, Larry. What do you got for us?
Vaught's Views on University of Kentucky Sports is on the air. Featuring 7-time Kentucky Sports Writer of the Year, Larry Vaught.
I know a lot of University of Kentucky football fans are upset that Saturday's game at Mississippi has a noon kickoff on ESPN. I think many assume the game might have a 7 p.m. start on ESPN, given the success of both teams this year. But ESPN went with Auburn and LSU for that game. Yes, that Auburn and LSU, who just do not seem to be that good this year, while ignoring Kentucky and Mississippi, two schools that are both ranked and have much better teams. ESPN SEC Network broadcaster Tom Hart explained to me that ESPN officials have certain metrics they look at when determining what games go where, and those officials also take into consideration what games other networks will be showing in the same time slots. Hart said being the first game on ESPN after game day ends often results in folks watching the game who are not fans of either team.
Vaught's Views will return in a moment.
There's no better place than the Bluegrass State to enjoy fall. And Kentucky's 45 state parks offer wide open spaces to play and stay, including cottages and lakeside campgrounds. Plus, you can tee up at 13 nationally recognized golf courses, nestled in beautiful surroundings. Plan your fall getaway today at park.ky.gov.
I also know that Kentucky fans going to Mississippi for Saturday's game against Ole Miss do not like the 11 a.m. local kickoff time because that makes for a short pregame tailgate in the Grove. Fans arrive early, and it's not unusual to see tents with fine china, sterling silver, or even chandeliers. The food is unbelievable, and many fans stay there during the game. I've never been anywhere quite like that, but the good thing about the early kickoff is those fans will be in the Grove many, many hours after the game ends.
Find more from Larry at YourSportsEdge.com.
Larry Vaught, Vaught's Views, Mondays through Fridays in the Joe Show at this time at 6:42 in the morning, 45 degrees here in Danville, and looking like it's going to be a great day for us, another sunny day with a high up near 70. Yesterday, our President Joe Biden made what I believe, in my opinion, is probably the biggest flub he has made in his, 2 years in office now. And, I mean, imagine being in this situation. Imagine you being in this situation, and I'm thinking if it happened to me, I would want to just crawl in a hole and hide. And what happened was he was at a meeting, a press conference yesterday, and was doing a White House press conference on the hunger, nutrition, and health in Washington. And what he did was he called out for a state representative named Jackie Walorski. I'm sorry, not a state representative, a congresswoman named Jackie Walorski while he was at that event yesterday. The only issue was Congresswoman Walorski died in a car wreck in early August. And Joe Biden seemingly forgot that the Congresswoman had died and was calling out for her, saying, hey, where is Congresswoman Walorski? She helped make this entire thing happen. She was one of the driving forces behind that and was looking for her, not realizing or forgetting that she had died in a car accident in early August. And again, that's why I'm saying put yourself in that situation. Imagine how lonely of a feeling that would be where you're asking about someone or in a public forum and that person had died. We actually have audio of that. Joe Biden appearing to look for a deceased congresswoman during a recent speech. Here's how the audio sounded yesterday at that health, wellness, and nutrition meeting there in Washington.
Well, hey, folks. Wow, great to be here. And as your president, I'd first like to recognize a few people in the crowd, starting with Jackie Walorski. Come on, Jackie, where you at, huh? Where's Jackie? I thought I saw her. Come on, where's Jackie? Oh, she's shy, man. How about Regis Philbin? Yeah, my buddy Reg. Come on, Reg. Raise your hand. Show yourself. I promise I won't ask you to sing a song. No? Alrighty. Shy too, I guess. How about Queen Elizabeth? Where you at, Queenie? God love you. I want to see that hand. Well, it looks like Her Majesty's shy too. I don't see her hat anywhere. Boy, a lot of shy people in the crowd today, but that's fine. No, I'll just stand here waiting until they get the gumption to show themselves. I've got all the time in the world, man. I've got time. The time.
President Joe Biden, yes. Goodness gracious. Let's see what's going on in the world of good this morning. Are you tired of the gloom and doom that saturates your daily news? Well, of course you are. I'm right there with you. These stories remind us of the silver line in the cloud over all of our heads. My way of sharing the good news with you. Hopefully you'll go do the same for somebody else. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Floyd Kramer. Little good news action for you on this Thursday morning. Story number one comes from Texas, where rival high schools in Texas came together to give a player with special needs a chance to make the final tackle of a football game. Andrews High School senior Evan Sparks has been on the Mustangs football team for 2 years, but because of his severe medical condition, he can't get too rough on the field. During his school's homecoming game, their opponent's coach heard the crowd calling for Evan to be put in the game, so he sent word that if he was put in, they will not touch him. This came again from the rival coach. So Evan gets sent in and makes the final tackle of the game, making for a touching moment that neither team will soon forget. This coming from Texas, a high school senior with special needs had a chance to make the final tackle of the homecoming game. Here's Coach Juan Rodriguez of Lubbock High School, the opposing team who wanted Andrew put in the game, saying that there are things more important than football.
I said, but this is an opportunity for you to understand the moment, understand that, there are things outside of football that sometimes are a lot more important that we need to focus on.
Awesome story. Story number two, you may never know where you'll meet your soulmate. 4 years ago, 37-year-old woman from Detroit was training for a marathon to lose weight after a divorce, and she started chatting with a runner from England on an online forum. Well, she eventually flew 3,700 miles to London for their first date. Now they're married, living in her hometown, and she just had a baby. Whoa. And number three, an animal shelter in Pennsylvania went viral after posting photos of each dog getting a McDonald's double cheeseburger as a special treat. Someone who'd previously adopted a dog bought about 40 of them. The good news, first dates, double cheeseburgers, real-life superheroes, and coaches. That's what's going on in the world of good. 6:47 in the morning right now. We have got NASCAR news coming your way in 60 seconds. It's PRN's Garage Pass, and it's Silliness at Sunrise. Coming up after that on The Joe Show, 45 degrees on this Thursday morning.
Friday is your last chance to get your Danville Admiral or Boyle County Spirit shirt. Friday, 11 to 1, the grand opening, celebration of Nesco Resources' first year at their new location in Danville, 1595 Houstonville Road. Stop by for your free Spirit shirt, free pizza, free drinks, free door prizes, and on-the-spot job offers. Nesco Resource is the premier job placement firm. They invite you to stop by Friday for free Spirit shirts, free food, free door prizes, on-the-spot job offers, 11 to 1 on Friday, live on Z105.
Need a rapid test for COVID-19, strep, or flu? Come to Real Health Primary Care in Danville. Walk-ins are welcome. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 4:30 in the Southland Plaza, 975 Houstonville Road. Same-day appointments. Call 209-2331. 209-2331.
Ryan, does an injured person need money to hire the Gary C. Johnson Law Firm?
No. When we settle or win the case, that's when we all get paid.
Check their verdicts at GaryCJohnson.com or JudoLaw.com.
Byron takes a hit, and Dale Jr.
We always have looked at how can we get to Cup, kind of 50-50 on how to get there.
It is for your winning moments in life, and they didn't celebrate.
Mark Garrow and PRN's Garage Pass.
Ray Magliozzi here for eBay Motors. You're driving along and some nimrod cuts you off. You hit the horn. Jeez, it sounds like a goose in distress. Time to head over to eBay Motors. They have horns for every make and model, not to mention horn pads, steering wheels, wiring, and more. 122 million parts. You can even go for an upgrade. Now, looks like Mr. Cutoff Man needs a new seat cover. Try eBay Motors, pal. Get the right parts at the right prices. eBay Motors. Let's ride.
Hi, it's PRN's Brad Gilley. Did you know you could take PRN with you anywhere? That's right. By downloading the PRN mobile app, you can listen to our live race broadcast from anywhere. Download today for station listings and on-demand access to your favorite studio shows like Fast Talk, The Pit Reporters, or Garage Pass. Download today. Available in the Apple App Store and on Google Play.
In a move that could have major playoff implications after William Byron hammered Denny Hamlin under caution at Texas, sending him into a spin. Now NASCAR has nailed Byron with a $50,000 fine and the loss of 25 driver points. That means Byron dropped from third in the driver standing, 17 above the cutoff line, to 11th place and 8 points underwater. At least Byron retaliated on the track. Ty Gibbs did it on pit road in close proximity of crew members and officials, and with it being a second offense, the teenager now has to write a check for $75,000. Over the weekend, Dale Earnhardt Jr. explained Junior Motorsports is still looking hard at moving up to the Cup Series. It all hinges on being able to buy a charter, which now has a price tag of around $20 million, guaranteeing them a starting spot and money for every race.
We always have looked at, how can we get to Cup, and kind of 50-50 on how to get there. I think if the opportunity presents itself, we're ready to buy a charter if the right opportunity presents itself. Every charter that is for sale has a lot of strings attached and a lot of baggage to it, and they don't want to sell all the charter. They want to sell part of the charter. It's just a real murky, muddy system, right? And so it's not just like you can just go make it happen or pull a switch.
And Kurt Busch has a simple explanation as to why it's taken him so long to get over a concussion he suffered in July.
It's not just like a broken arm and you get your cast taken off and then you can go bench press 300 pounds. It's a process of coming back.
Progressive Snapshot can save you money based on how you drive and how much you drive. So the safer you drive, the more money you could save. Now, if you didn't hear that because you were laying on the horn while driving, let me say it again. Are you a race car driver? Because if you are, you're in the wrong car and you took a wrong turn off the track a while ago. And all those cars you're trying to pass all save money with Progressive Snapshot, while you probably don't. So who's really winning? And if you did hear it the first time, nice work. You'd love Snapshot from Progressive because it rewards safe drivers. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Snapshot not available in California and North Carolina or from all agents.
When one of Richard Childress's drivers win, like Tyler Reddick did at Texas, nobody's chugging beers. Instead, they're having something from the Childress vineyards.
Jerry Jordan, KickingTheTires.net. Richard, I don't see any Victory Lane Cuvée up there. Is this more of a thank God it's over race, or we're going to go celebrate in a little while race?
We had the Victory Cuvée, but these ladies drink it all over here. See, there it is, empty bottles. But it is for your winning moments in life, and they didn't celebrate.
Mark Garrow and PRN's Garage Pass, sponsored by Progressive Insurance. For a job you'll love, visit progressive.com/careers.
2000, 2008, 2022. When it comes to the economy, those are some scary years. .com crash, housing crash, and the roller coaster we're going through right now. It's a dangerous time to not know your numbers. But over 31,000 businesses have the confidence and clarity they need because they rely on NetSuite by Oracle, the #1 cloud financial system. NetSuite gives you visibility and control of financials, inventory, HR, planning, and budgeting. Manage risk, get reliable forecasts, improve margins. Everything you need all in one place. So, how do you prepare for uncertain times? The answer, NetSuite. NetSuite helps you identify rising costs, automate your business processes, and easily see where to save money. That's why 93% of customers say they improved their visibility and control when they upgraded to NetSuite. What are you waiting for? NetSuite is offering a one-of-a-kind flexible financing program. Head to netsuite.com/advantage. netsuite.com/advantage.
Car Express Wash invites you to save money and help our local charities through Halloween every Saturday night from 7 p.m. till 10. Charity gets 25% and tips. This Saturday, it's the Centenary United Methodist Youth Group, The Rock.
Hi, this is Jenny at Car Express Car Wash. I want to announce that we are doing Suds and Screams. This is the area's only for charity car wash. Come on out. It will be a scream. Don't drive dirty.
Car Express Wash. Don't drive dirty.
Danville Bypass, Big Blue Building. Need a rapid test for COVID-19, strep, or flu? Come to Real Health Primary Care in Danville. Walk-ins are welcome. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 4:30 in the Southland Plaza, 975 Houstonville Road. Same-day appointments. Call 209-2331. 209-2331.
Charles, how is the Gary C. Johnson Law Firm different?
We're not afraid to take the hard cases that require a lot of work.
And your track record shows that.
We've got a really good team.
Check out their verdicts at GaryCJohnson.com or JudoLaw.com.
This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by...
It's brought to you by our friends hanging out over at Dexter Reinmeyer Insurance, your local independent insurance agency, proudly representing the Auto Owners Insurance Company. Call Mark. He'll give you a free quote, 236-6686, SamDexterInsurance.com. Sunshine today, high of 68, low of 42. Sunshine tomorrow, high of 71. And on Saturday, mostly cloudy and a high of 65. Right now it's 6:55 in the morning, and we're looking at 45 degrees here in Danville. 238-WHIR, 238-9447. And we start off silliness at sunrise with a look at the Planet of the Apps with Rick Dees from his Boyle County farm. It's the Joe Show Tech Reporter. Welcome to the Planet of the Apps.
All right, here we go. There's an app you can download. It's an autonomous rideshare company called Cruise, Cruise, and they're offering robo-taxi service. Cruise in a self-driving car. Are you willing to do that? Some are saying no. The new Cruise taxi service being tested in some cities and getting good reviews, but an autonomous taxi service with a self-driving car. Cruise, you may want to download the app now or wait for it, but thought you'd like to know. Rick Dees in this molten magma every day. We call it the Planet of the Apps.
Hey there, Rick Dees, the Planet of the Apps, Mondays through Fridays, and the Joe Show. At this time, leads us into the Country Comic Spotlight this morning, where Dave Dugan is in the spotlight. Dave Dugan, who talks about how he doesn't get very good sleep, and what he does to be able to sleep as well as he can. Here's Dave Dugan in this morning's Country Comic Spotlight.
I'm sleep deprived. I've been sleep deprived ever since I had kids. I'm not blaming them. I'm just saying things changed. And it's not just the kids. My wife has that deal where restless leg syndrome. You know what I'm talking about? All right. So there's nothing less relaxing than to be startled in the middle of the night and look at the covers next to you. I thought, I'm going to pull back the cover. She's going to have cloven hooves. This is not... I remember I took those vows seriously, you know, for richer or for poorer, in sickness and in health. Nowhere do I remember you have to stick with her if she's got the crazy legs. I don't know that. So the only time I get any good sleep anymore is when I go in for some sort of surgery. You know? Most people dread that, you know? I'm up to like one colonoscopy a month. I say... Take Daddy to the happy place. I know. I'm going to get a couple of good hours of shut-eye there, so...
Dave Dugan in the Country Comic Spotlight, and the best jokes from late-night television. Last night started off with Jimmy Fallon joking about Kia recalling their SUVs because some of them are fire hazards. Here's Jimmy Fallon on last night's NBC's Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon. Here it is.
Hey, guys, I heard that Kia recalled 70,000 Sorento and Sportage SUVs after multiple reports of fires and localized melting incidents. Kia was like, look, on the bright side, you now have the world's biggest panini maker. So that's pretty good.
Jimmy Fallon also joking about former President Donald Trump wanting to lead the peace talks between Russia and the United States.
Well, guys, today, former President Trump said that the war between Russia and Ukraine would have never happened if he were in office. And he even offered to lead peace talks between the two countries. Yeah, Trump said, I'm an expert on foreign affairs. I've had affairs with many foreigners.
And Seth Meyers joking last night on NBC's Late Night about Donald Trump. I'm sorry, about Prince William's son, Prince George. Reading the wrong line there. Prince William's son, Prince George, telling his classmates that his father will be the King of England one day.
Britain's Prince George reportedly told his classmates, quote, my dad will be king, so you better watch out. Which you have to admit is a crushing comeback for a 9-year-old. Tag, you're it. If by it you mean the once and future king.
Seth Meyers on NBC's Late Night. Yeah, Jimmy Fallon on The Tonight Show. Dave Dugan in the Country Comic Spotlight. And Rick Dees in this morning's Planet of the Abs. Hey, shout out to bus number 121 this morning. Tim and Pitt are on the road. They're picking up the kiddos, taking them the Hogs at Tolliver Bait in Danville High School. And Pitt is one of the people that plays along with us every morning on this new Wendy's breakfast matching game. And Pitt texted me this morning, said he has 2 breakfast Baconators. He needs 1 more to match 3 of the same to win free Wendy's breakfast for a year. Pitt, I also have 2 breakfast Baconators on my game board this week, and I have 2 hot honey chicken biscuits. It is so easy to play. Wendy's Breakfast Matching.com. Get on there, register, and every morning check it. 3 tiles will flip over. If at any point in the week you match 3 of the same breakfast tiles, you win free breakfast for a year. It's that simple. Play along with us every morning at Wendy's Breakfast Matching.com.
This is the talk of the town, AM 1230, and now on FM 103.9, WHIR Danville, powered by Kentucky WiMAX.
NBC News Radio, I'm Michael Kastner. Hurricane Ian is now a tropical storm. It's been downgraded as it cuts across central Florida. The latest from Rory O'Neill.
The maximum sustained winds are down to 65 miles per hour, and the latest track from the National Hurricane Center shows the eye of Ian passing south and east of Orlando as it moves out to sea. Damage assessment teams will deploy across Florida as the sun rises and the winds dissipate. Ian is expected to be over open waters tonight and could make landfall again Friday night as a tropical storm in South Carolina.
The effects of Ian are on their way to North Carolina, but the impact may be less than feared. Matt McClure reports.
The effect of Ian is likely to hit the triangle heaviest Friday into Saturday and could trigger flash flooding in low-lying areas. The National Weather Service says Ian could dump up to 5 inches of rain in North Carolina, but won't linger over the state as long as first thought. Winds could be gusty, but state emergency and management officials think that heavy rain is the biggest threat statewide. They encourage residents to stock up on batteries, flashlights, and be sure that technical devices like cell phones are fully charged.
Thousands of flights are being canceled because of Ian. Over 2,100 flights were canceled Wednesday after Florida airport shut down when Ian hit as a hurricane. FlightAware says nearly 2,000 U.S. flights have been canceled for Thursday, and hundreds of Friday flights have also been canceled. Officials say Tampa and Jacksonville International Airport say they expect to be closed at least through Thursday. Orlando International Airport expects to reopen Friday. Many airlines are allowing travelers affected by the hurricane to rebook tickets without charge. Rap icon Coolio has passed away at the age of 59. His manager told reporters the rapper went to use the bathroom at a friend's house on Wednesday afternoon and didn't come out for an extended period of time. He was found unresponsive on the floor. Michael Kastner, NBC News Radio.
Your annual homecoming tailgate party was a rousing success. You caught up with your weird cousin Phil. You and your buddy Dave were crowned cornhole champions. Your famous potato salad drew rave reviews. The home team even won. But the best part was what didn't happen. You didn't drive home buzzed. You got a ride home from your cousin Phil, who may be weird, but also definitely sober. Drive sober or get pulled over. Paid with funds through the Kentucky Office of Highway Safety.
I grow corn and beans, and I raise cattle. What I do is good for people, good for Kentucky. And what I don't do is good for the environment. I don't let fertilizer, chemicals, manure, or good farmland run off into the creek. And you know what? Turns out that also makes me more productive and more efficient. If you're a farmer, develop an ag water quality plan. It's never been easier. Go to eec.ky.gov/agwater.
The White House is being grilled about an apparent flub by President Biden involving the late Indiana Congresswoman Jackie Walorski.
She was on his mind. She was of top of mind for the president.
Speaking to reporters, Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre said Walorski actively worked on bipartisan legislation regarding hunger and food insecurity. She said Biden was acknowledging her incredible work. During an event on hunger, Biden looked out at the audience and said, "Jackie, are you here? Where's Jackie?" Republican Walorski was killed in a car wreck in August. The head of schools in Uvalde, Texas, says he will not meet with a group of parents who are protesting outside of the district's headquarters. Brian Shook with more.
In a statement, the superintendent says they extended an opportunity to meet with individual protesters at central office, but that offer was refused. Those who lost children in the school shooting want the district's police officers investigated for their actions. The district has already brought in the Texas Police Chiefs Association and a private investigator to conduct a review. I'm Brian Shook.
A 90s hip-hop icon has been found dead at a friend's home. Trey Thomas with details.
Rapper Coolio is dead at the age of 59. His manager told reporters the rapper went to use the restroom at a friend's home Wednesday and did not come out. Coolio, whose real name was artist Leon Ivy Jr., was found unresponsive on the floor. Paramedics pronounced him dead on the scene. I'm Trey Thomas.
Netflix has dropped its LGBTQ tag from its series on serial killer Jeffrey Dahmer. The streaming giant made the decision after getting backlash from the LGBTQ community. Some complained that tagging Dahmer Monster, the Jeffrey Dahmer story, creates representation they don't want. Michael Kastner, NBC News Radio.
ADA Heating and Air. ADA is on the way.
It's Chastity at ADA Heating and Air. Contacting us just got easier. Check us out online at adaheatingandair.com to get information on services and products we offer, schedule service, set up an estimate. You can even fill out a credit application for financing and let us know how we did with our satisfaction survey. Call us at 859-519-6382.
ADA Heating and Air. ADA is on the way.
Doug DNC Small Engine falls upon us. Do a full sale service, repair on all ATVs, side-by-sides. Also, I'll get your chainsaws sharpened, service. We're ready for the winter. Cut up that firewood. We're open 8 to 4:30 Monday through Friday. Located 1125 Stanford Road, DNC Small Engine. It's a reminder, too, also that we are offering auto and truck tires. We'll get you serviced and ready for the winter. Come see us for the best prices around and best service. 1125 Stanford Road, DNC Small Engine, 859-209-2615. 209-2615. Come see us.
The Hometown Radio Network sports broadcast schedule brought to you by Monticello Bank. High school football Friday night. Danville is at Bullitt East, 7:30 kickoff. A game you'll have on 103.9 FM WHIR. Garrett County's at McCurry Central, 7:30 kickoff on HometownLive.net. And Mercer County at Western Hills, 7:30 kickoff on 99.5 FM WHBN. Saturday, the Cats are at Ole Miss. That's a 12 noon kickoff, 10 o'clock pregame on Z105. And all games live online at HometownLive.net. Good morning to you. Thursday, September the 29th on our calendar. We get sunshine today, good highs in the upper 60s. A forecast is coming your way. News comes up here first, brought to you by Stewart Powell Ford Lincoln Mazda.
At Stewart Powell Ford Lincoln Mazda, we are proud to be your hometown dealer for many reasons. Selection, service, convenient location, and our people. Your friends, family, and neighbors. Since 1949 at Stewart Powell, we make it easy. Stewart Powell Ford Lincoln Mazda. Visit us on the bypass in Danville or online at stewartpowell.com.
This is a Hometown Radio Network information update.
It's Bourbon Chase weekend in Kentucky, which means tomorrow night into Saturday morning, hundreds of runners will descend on this area as the 200-mile distance race comes right through here before runners finish in Lexington. The Danville Police Department has now released what roads and what times those roads will be closed. Those runners will cross Hughes Lane from Perryville Road and come into Danville using Lebanon Road from around 7 to 10:30 tomorrow night. Main Street's going to be blocked off between 2nd and 4th Street starting at 5 o'clock and going through 1 o'clock in the morning. From there, runners will go into Stanford and then circle back into Danville in the early morning hours, sometime between 2 o'clock and 5 o'clock in the morning. After that, they head towards Harrodsburg using the bypass. Danville Police reminds everyone to be patient and mindful of the runners that'll be around the city on Friday night and Saturday morning. The newly formed Danville-Boyle County Economic Development Corporation has announced Harold Nally to their staff as the Workforce Development Specialist. In that role, Nally will work with the Workforce Development Committee to assure that there is a diverse and talented workforce to fill employment opportunities in Danville and Boyle County. He will begin his role with the Danville-Boyle County Economic Development Corporation in October. Tuesday night was the second political forum of the year featuring district judge candidates Patrick Barsotti and Stacey Kuntz, and we'll have another forum broadcast Tuesday of next week. On October 4th, the UK Extension Office will be the host of a forum between candidates for Boyle County Magistrates Districts 1 and 2. District 1 candidates are Tom Ellis and Terry Hogue, while District 2 candidates are Paula Jean Bodner and Tina Lynn. You can hear that forum on 103.9 FM WHIR and HometownLive.net. It'll start Tuesday night at 7 o'clock. The state has reimbursed Mercer County for almost all of the work done on Oakland Lane. Mercer County Fiscal Court Judge Executive Scott Mosley said yesterday the state had sent Mercer County a check for $80,000, which is about 80% of the work that's been done on Oakland Lane. And speaking of road work, if you're heading to Lexington, watch out for road work on Nicholasville Road for the next 3 weekends. That work includes sidewalk and signal loop replacement and resurfacing. Motorists will still be able to pass through the work zones, but just use caution when you do. Reporting for the Hometown Radio Network, I'm Joe Mathis.
This morning's local news was a service of Stuart Powell Ford Lincoln Mazda on the bypass in Danville and online at stuartpowell.com.
Listen to us on your smart speaker. Just ask to play our call letters. WHIR.
2000, 2008, 2022. When it comes to the economy, those are some scary years. .com crash, housing crash, and the roller coaster we're going through right now. It's a dangerous time to not know your numbers. But over 31,000 businesses have the confidence and clarity they need because they rely on NetSuite by Oracle, the #1 cloud financial system. NetSuite gives you visibility and control of financials, inventory, HR, planning, and budgeting. Manage risk, get reliable forecasts, improve margins. Everything you need all in one place. So, how do you prepare for uncertain times? The answer, NetSuite. NetSuite helps you identify rising costs, automate your business processes, and easily see where to save money. That's why 93% of customers say they improved their visibility and control when they upgraded to NetSuite. What are you waiting for? NetSuite is offering a one-of-a-kind flexible financing program. Head to netsuite.com/advantage. netsuite.com/advantage.
This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by
The Big Deals online store. Go to HometownLive.net, shop and save on gift certificates to local businesses at big-time discounts. Save up to 50% every single day. The Big Deals online store is at HometownLive.net. Sunshine, a high up near 68, a low tonight 42. Football Friday tomorrow, sunshine, high of 71. Saturday, mostly cloudy, high of 65. Sunday, partly sunny, and a high of 65. And at least the early portions of next week are looking pretty identical to this week. A lot of sunshine, clear skies, and highs in the upper 60s and low 70s. Right now, 7:12 in the morning, 45 degrees in Danville, and we're talking Rebel football with Justin Haddix. He's the head football coach.
Configuring the Bluetooth, deciding who controls the music, remembering where you parked. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an auto owner's insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your vehicle doesn't have to be one of them. So you can get back to more important things, like remembering if you're on the 3rd or 4th level of the parking garage. That's simple human sense.
Ask Dexter and Reitmeyer Insurance Agency in Danville if auto owners make sense for you. Call me, Mark Dexter, or Chris Reitmeyer at 236-6686.
And we welcome onto the show Boyle County head football coach Justin Haddix. Good morning, Coach. How are you?
Doing good. How you doing?
I'm doing great, Coach. Thanks for being on here with us and talking Rebel football during the bye week. It's a Thursday, and typically on Thursdays we would talk special teams, and you tell us that you're putting different situational things there in practice. So what do you do on this Thursday's practice?
This Thursday we're going to be more of a regular practice. We're going to split half offense, half defense, and we always hit special teams every day. I think we probably do more special teams than anybody in the state. We do it 15, 20 minutes a day, every day, what we're doing, and it's kind of where we can go everything, try to get as many situations as we can, and that's just daily. We're putting all what we're going to run in that week, get them ready for the opposing team, and that's a big deal in big games like we're going to have next week.
Yeah, and, we've seen multiple games already on the high school level and the college level this year, the NFL level as well, where special teams either won or lost the team a game. And so, that's such an important faction and of each game, regardless of the level, that you want to practice it, 15, 20 minutes every single day. So what kind of things do you practice when you work special teams every day? You work,
Well, we have a daily schedule. Yesterday was punt, so we're working all of our punt stuff, and we're working how we feel like they're going to rush us, and we're going over this. And we've got a deal that we work every day. We're working punt here, we're working punt return, we're working kickoff return, and also we're working our field goal and extra point. And you talk about, there were some big games won and lost the first couple of weeks of the college football just because of a simple missed extra point by not blocking it correctly and, not stepping inside, protecting the inside gap, and they block an extra point and you get beat. So, a lot of those times, those little things is what we focus on mainly.
Yeah, you said you love watching college football. The LSU-Florida State game earlier this year, you have an extra point blocked, and that's the ball game right there at the end of the game. So one play like that can certainly make the difference in a win and a loss. Coach, on kickoff returns, when you got maybe Montaven back there returning kicks, the guys in front of him blocking for him, it's almost like chaos on a kickoff, right? So, how do they know which guy to block when there's three guys running at him?
Well, we number them of who they're supposed to get, and Coach Jackson Arnett, does a great job with their special teams. We set it back and we said this, but the thing with having Tavy back there is our guys blocking now have confidence. Hey, if I block my guy, he's probably going to score, or he's going to make a big play out of it. If I just get my block, he's going to, and that's a lot of it. Sometimes if they don't have confidence in their returner, they're like, well, he's not going to do this anyway.
Well, what's the matter anyway?
That kind of goes to our whole team of just like the offensive line. Well, if I'm a running back and I know the offensive line is going to get their block, then, hey, I'm going to hit it where I'm supposed to. As an offensive lineman, hey, if I get my guy, I know Avery, Tavy, Dalton, Sage, one of them they're going to hit it where it's supposed to and go make a big play. So you kind of get that trust and that team aspect. I do my job, they're going to do theirs, and it all goes back to that. And I think that's what makes the best team.
Yeah. Were you able to get the new dad back on staff, Coach Burns?
Hopefully he's going to be here today. They're hopefully get out of the hospital this morning.
Okay.
Everything's fine. With that, it's an open week. We've got great coaches. They can fill in. Coach Mills and Coach Arnett have both done a great job with the defense so far this week. Obviously, we missed Coach Burns, but it's family time. That's his first child, and there is no rush to. You got to take care of family first.
Yeah. Hey, I tell you what, he planned that right. I mean, to have a baby on the bye week, he planned that right. Absolutely did.
He did. That is, we usually like to have him before the season starts, but if you get no better than what he did. Right.
Yes, he got that done right. Coach, appreciate you being on. Good luck with practice, and we'll talk to you again tomorrow morning. Okay.
All right, thank you. Go Rebels.
Yes, sir. Boyle County head football coach Justin Haddix. Rebels are off this week, have a bye week. They are 6-0 through their first 6 games of the year. No game this Friday. They'll play again next Friday against Lexington Catholic. The Rebels and the Knights, they're at Lexington Catholic next Friday, October the 7th. 7:17 in the morning right now. We're talking Danville football with Mark Peach after this break. Sports with the Big Daddy, brought to you by Stuart Powell Ford Lincoln Mazda, is coming up right now.
This Steve Bertram Sports Report is a service of Stuart Powell Ford Lincoln Mazda on the Danville Bypass and online at stuartpowell.com.
Hi, this is Fred Sizemore, General Manager at Stuart Powell Ford Lincoln Mazda, 225 South Danville Bypass. Ford has opened the order bank back up, and you can custom order your Ford today and receive an additional $1,000 discount on all retail orders. Stop in and see how we make it easy.
Hi, this is Patty Powell. Make it easy on yourself and visit us today and see why it's an easy thing to do business with us at Stuart Powell Ford Mazda in Danville, or visit our website, stuartpowell.com.
Hello, Central Kentucky. I'm Steve Bertram with sports. The latest RPI ratings from the KHSAA show Boyle County at the top of Class 4A. Other area teams in that class are Lincoln County at number 28 and Anderson County at 37th. In Class 3A, Bardstown is first with Casey County 10th, Mercer County 24th, and Garrett County 35th. In Class 2A, Beechwood is number 1 and Danville is 19th. The other number ones are Manual in 6A, Frederick Douglass in 5A, and Hazard in 1A. Join us for the Rebel Roundup tonight, live from the Old Bridge Grill and Restaurant. We talk Boyle County football with head coach Justin Haddix from 6 to 7 on Z105. It streams at hometownlive.net. Hometown Radio has 3 games on the air tomorrow night. Danville's on the road at Bullitt East on WHIR. Garrett County's at McCreary Central on Z105. Mercer County's at Western Hills on WHBN. A huge SEC battle Saturday finds 7th-ranked Kentucky at number 14, Ole Miss. Wildcats are 1-touchdown underdogs, but their running game should be improved because Chris Rodriguez returns after a 4-game suspension. Pre-game shows began at 10 o'clock Saturday. Kickoff at noon in Oxford for Kentucky at Mississippi on Z105. In baseball yesterday, Aaron Judge hit his 61st homer of the year as the Yankees topped the Blue Jays 8-3. Judge has tied the American League record of 61, which was held by the Yankees' Roger Maris back in 1961. The Mets won and the Braves lost, which puts New York a game ahead of Atlanta in the NL East. The Thursday night special in the NFL has Cincinnati hosting Miami. The Bengals are 1-2, while the Dolphins are 3-0, and the only unbeaten team left in the AFC. Former Danville High School boys basketball coach David Cottrell has passed away. Cottrell had the Ads as one of the top teams in the 12th region many times in the 60s and 70s. David Stick Cottrell was 88. That's sports. God bless America. I'm Steve Bertram on the Hometown Radio Network.
Good service is just as important as quality. And at B&L Jewelers, you get both. Competitive prices and exceptional service for every customer. Find the perfect bridal and engagement rings. Or better yet, B&L Jewelers will help you custom design your rings so that you can create something unique to express your love. We carry fine jewelry and watches, including Citizens and Bulova. Or we can special order whatever you need. We also buy gold and silver. And we offer 6-month layaway with no fees. We do all our jewelry repairs in-house. So stop in today for a free jewelry cleaning and diamond inspection on the corner of Houstonville Road and Highway 150 in the Danville Manor Shopping Center. Online at bnljewelers.com. Find us on Facebook.
Love gets better with B&L Jewelers.
Having ourselves a nice breakfast at Wendy's. Wendy'sBreakfastMatchingGame.com is the website. I've already won multiple times on here. It requires no effort whatsoever. Just go to the website, Wendy'sBreakfastMatchingGame.com. Register to play, and when you do, a game board's going to pop up on your screen. If at any point during the week you match 3 of the same breakfast items on your game board, you win free breakfast for a year. It's that simple. With over 1,000 winners of free breakfast for a year, plus 1 ultimate grand prize winner winner $1,000 in Wendy's gift cards. How do you do that? Wendy's, breakfastmatchinggame.com. No purchase is necessary, but Wendy's would love to have you stop by and grab a breakfast item off their menu for breakfast, like the Breakfast Baconator or the Hot Honey Chicken Biscuit or the Bacon, Egg, and Swiss Croissant. Wendy's, right here in Danville, in Harrodsburg, and in Stanford. They're all participating in this at Wendy's, breakfastmatchinggame.com. It's Wendy's, breakfastmatchinggame.com. Tell them you heard it this morning on The Joe Show on WHIR.
Hello, this is Alan Martin, loan officer at Whitaker Bank in downtown Danville. Home values are at an all-time high, which means it's the perfect time to look into a home equity loan. Whitaker Bank can help you turn the equity in your home into a line of credit that could allow you to finally do those repairs you put off, or to provide peace of mind knowing you have the funds available for an emergency. Call me at 859-236-9822. That's 859-236-9822, and together we'll find just the right loan for you. Whitaker Bank is uniquely Kentucky, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Floodwaters in eastern Kentucky have destroyed homes and businesses, displaced families, devastated communities, and claimed the lives of our fellow Kentuckians. Radio and television stations across the Commonwealth have united as one voice to help our fellow Kentuckians in need. Please consider supporting the Team Eastern Kentucky Flood Relief Fund today. Simply go to kba.org and click the Donate Now button. This message of hope is provided by the Kentucky Broadcasters Association and this station.
This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by
ADA Heated and Air. Trust ADA to be there when you need them the most. ADA is always on the way. You know, you can call them 859-519-6382. And that's how you get in touch with ADA Heating and Air. Sunshine, a high up near 68, low tonight 42. Sunshine tomorrow, high of 71. Saturday, mostly cloudy, 65. Sunday, partly sunny, 65. Right now, it's 7:24 in the morning. It's 45 degrees right here in Danville, and we're talking Admiral football with Coach Mark Peach.
Loading the kids in the car, brokering peace in the back seat, mastering the snack handoff without even looking. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple, so you can worry about more important things, like figuring out what's growing in that cup holder. That's simple human sense.
Ask Dexter and Reitmeyer Insurance Agency in Danville if auto owners make sense for you. Call me, Mark Dexter, or Chris Reitmeyer.
And we welcome onto the show Danville coach Mark Peach. Good morning, Coach. How are you?
Doing good, Joe. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, appreciate you being on, Coach. You got the Bullitt East Chargers on Friday, tomorrow night, and on Thursdays we always talk special teams. So let's talk about this Bullitt East special teams first, Coach. It looks like they have a pretty reliable kicker, Colin Elder. He's 23 for 24 extra points. Now, he's only 1 for 4 on field goals, but the fact of the matter is they trust him enough to attempt 4 field goals this year, so he appears to have a pretty good leg.
Yes, no, I mean, they're solid in special teams. He's got a really nice leg. They've had more than one person return successful, kickoff returns, punt returns. Even they had a second level guy return a touchdown, a kickoff return. So I mean, they have good coverage. They're solid in their scheme of what they're doing. So it'll take a total team effort, certainly in special teams, for us tomorrow night.
Yeah, we've seen teams, Coach, kick away from Maury Brown because they know what Maury's capable of. It's hard enough on teams when they have one guy they're going against, but you're going against a team who has 2 different guys that can take kicks back. How much more tough does that make it on special teams?
Well, that's the thing. They have just more than one good football player. They have a lot of just really good football players. It's not so much, just one guy with blazing speed that sometimes you go up against and you want to kick it away from him. They have other guys, I think it was 20 on that second level, that returned a kickoff for a touchdown. So, you just have to be on your toes. You can't let up in terms of, whether you're punting or kicking your coverage, because any one of them, if they get their hands on it, could potentially make a play.
Yeah, the crazy thing about it is you said they got more than one good football player, got a lot of them. When you look at their scoring this year, they have 4 different guys who have scored 6 touchdowns. Nolan Davenport, Mason Gauthier, Cameron Brogan, and Travis Egan, their quarterback. And then you've got Ryan Still as well. Ryan Still as well, who scored a couple of touchdowns. So there's multiple weapons on this offense, special teams, and defense to have to keep an eye on.
Yes, no, I mean, it's a total team, just in terms of, for them, it's not so much throwing to one guy, it's about throwing to who's open, which poses a challenge for us, defensively, because they have more than one guy that can make a play, that can catch a football and do something with it. So, but yeah, it's going to take a total team effort, offense, defense, and special teams, no doubt about it.
Coach, you've been on the sideline for a lot of games, and I know that you've probably had some very skilled kick and punt returners and all the levels that you've coached at. When you have a guy like Maury Brown back there, we know that Maury wants to be able to return kicks, and it's probably frustrating for him when the other team kicks it out of bounds or kicks it away from him. How do you kind of talk to Maury about that and say, hey, look, we know you're frustrated, you want to return kicks, but this is just as good. We get the ball at the 40-yard line.
Right. Yes. No. I mean, there is a return on that, like what you said. But them not kicking to him, it does benefit us in field position. And so I mean that's certainly a compliment to him. You can try and move him around, but most people are going to be very aware if he's on the back level or the second level.
Yeah.
But that can be a good thing in terms of field position.
Yeah, they're looking for number 14 when they're kicking and punting, seeing where Maury Brown is. Coach, what do you work on in practice today?
Yeah, today's our helmet practice on Thursday. We just do a lot of game-like stuff. We'll start off with kickoff return, then run some offense, extra point, then come back on kickoff, defense, and just kind of do, kind of on and off the field, all the different teams that you might have in a given game on a Friday night.
Danville head football coach Mark Peach. They're at Bullitt East tomorrow, a game you'll hear live right here on your home for Admiral Football, WHIR. Coach, appreciate it. We'll talk to you tomorrow morning on game day, okay?
Okay. Thank you, Joe. Have a great day.
Bye. That's Danville head football coach Mark Peach giving us an update from the Admiral sideline. Danville Bullitt East tomorrow night, 7:30, right here on WHIR. We've also got Garrett County. They are at McCreary Central. My mind went blank for a second. Garrett at McCreary Central, 7:30 kickoff on Z105. And Mercer County at Western Hills, 7:30 kickoff on 99.5 FM WHBN. So 3 games tomorrow across all 3 of our hometown radio network stations. We're a minute away from news.
When it comes to taking your medication, are you really following your doctor's directions? Your friends at the Medicine Shop Pharmacy at 900 Houstonville Road understand the difficulty of following a medication program, especially if you are taking multiple medications, maintaining a busy schedule, experiencing side effects, or feeling better. But your Medicine Shop pharmacist also understands the importance of taking your medication properly, regardless if you are maintaining an ongoing treatment program or if you're just taking a one-time prescription. It is vital that you take your medication as prescribed so that you receive the fullest benefits. The Medicine Shop offers free weekly medication packaging. We customize your medication therapy and deliver your weekly package, all with no additional charge to you. Let us simplify your therapy and maximize your treatment plan. Visit the Medicine Shop Pharmacy at 900 Houstonville Road or call 238-0002 for more information about the importance of medication compliance. It's just another healthy reminder from the pharmacy that's all about your health.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
Senator Mitch McConnell believes the Republican Party has a 50-50 chance of retaking the Senate in the midterm elections. The Senate Minority Leader was speaking in our nation's capital yesterday, and his comments marked an upturn in confidence ahead of voting. McConnell drew widespread criticism last month after downplaying the GOP's chances of winning back the chamber. The midterms are now less than 6 weeks away. Kentucky State Representative Lisa Wilner is introducing a law which will temporarily block at-risk adults from purchasing a firearm.
We're not taking anything away from people. We're not imposing on anyone's rights. We're, in fact, increasing people's abilities to be able to advocate for themselves.
Wilner tells WLKY-TV there's a similar law in Virginia. The law would create a voluntary do not sell firearms list throughout Kentucky. Wilner says those signing the list would be a way of keeping themselves safe when thoughts of suicide occur. The trial of 2 ex-Louisville police officers involved in the Breonna Taylor case is being delayed. The federal trial was yesterday postponed in court to allow both sides the chance to review evidence. Former officers Joshua Janes and Kyle Meany face civil rights violations charges following the raid of Taylor's home and her subsequent death in March of 2020. The trial is expected to be rescheduled in October of next year at the earliest. A Paducah hospital is seeing a rise in sexually transmitted disease cases. Baptist Health Paducah says they've seen an increase over the past few weeks amid high STD rates across the country. Health officials encourage people to follow safe sex practices and for anyone sexually active to get tested regularly. Syphilis is one of the diseases which is increasingly spreading. I'm Sean McCormick.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
Friday is your last chance to get your Danville Admiral or Boyle County Spirit shirt. Friday, 11 to 1, the grand opening celebration of Nesco Resources' first year to new location in Danville, 1595 Houstonville Road. Stop by for your free Spirit shirt, free pizza, free drinks, free door prizes, and on-the-spot job offers. Nesco Resource is the premier job placement firm. They invite you to stop by Friday for free Spirit shirts, free food, free door prizes, on-the-spot job offers, 11 to 1 on Friday, live on Z105.
Hey folks, this is Duke Owens, General Manager here at Cartown Kia in Nicholasville. You know, folks are complaining daily about supply chains and inventory. We don't have that problem. We have new Kias arriving daily. We have a great selection of Kias from Tellurides, Sorrentos, Sportages, Celtos, Souls, K5s, and Fortes. And remember, we have over 20 lenders that want to approve you. Come and see us here at Cartown Kia or look us up online at cartownkiausa.com.
While supplies last with approved credit, see dealer for details and availability.
Hi, this is Jenny Holland, owner of the Danville Nutrition Center. At the Nutrition Center, our commitment to quality and integrity guides every aspect of our business. You can trust our Nutrigold line of certified clean, organic, whole food vitamins such as plant-based vitamins D3, C Gold, Zinc Gold for your immune system. Nutrigold vitamins will be on sale every day to help you and your family stay healthy. We are located on 4th Street next to Sears. Danville Nutrition Center, big enough to serve, small enough to care.
You've done the research, invested the money, and bought a new vehicle. Don't stop there. Now protect it with a Line-X bed liner and Value Guard undercoating. This is Tim with your locally owned Line-X of Danville at 935 Stanford Road. Stop by or call us at 859-209-4033 and ask how we can protect your new purchase.
This is a Hometown Radio Network information update. It's Bourbon Chase weekend in Kentucky, which means tomorrow night into Saturday morning, hundreds of runners will descend on this area as the 200-mile distance race comes right through here before runners finish in Lexington. The Danville Police Department has now released what roads and what times those roads will be closed. Those runners will cross Hughes Lane from Perryville Road and come into Danville using Lebanon Road from around 7 to 10:30 tomorrow night. Main Street's going to be blocked off between 2nd and 4th Street starting at 5 o'clock and going through 1 o'clock in the morning. From there, runners will go into Stanford and then circle back into Danville in the early morning hours, sometime between 2 o'clock and 5 o'clock in the morning. After that, they head towards Harrodsburg using the bypass. Danville Police reminds everyone to be patient and mindful of the runners that will be around the city on Friday night and Saturday morning. The newly formed Danville-Boyle County Economic Development Corporation has announced Harold Nally to their staff as the Workforce Development Specialist. In that role, Nally will work with the Workforce Development Committee to assure that there is a diverse and talented workforce to fill employment opportunities in Danville and Boyle County. He will begin his role with the Danville-Boyle County Economic Development Corporation in October. Tuesday night was the second political forum of the year featuring district judge candidates Patrick Barsotti and Stacey Kuntz, and we'll have another forum broadcast Tuesday of next week. On October 4th, the UK Extension Office will be the host of a forum between candidates for Boyle County Magistrates Districts 1 and 2. District 1 candidates are Tom Ellis and Terry Hogue, while District 2 candidates are Paula Jean Bodner and Tina Lynn. You can hear that forum on 103.9 FM WHIR and HometownLive.net. It'll start Tuesday night at 7 o'clock. The state has reimbursed Mercer County for almost all of the work done on Oakland Lane. Mercer County Fiscal Court Judge Executive Scott Mosley said yesterday that the state had sent Mercer County a check for $80,000, which is about 80% of the work that's been done on Oakland Lane. And speaking of road work, if you're heading to Lexington, watch out for road work on Nicholasville Road for the next 3 weekends. That work includes sidewalk and signal loop replacement and resurfacing. Motorists will still be able to pass through the work zones, but just use caution when you do. Reporting for the Hometown Radio Network, I'm Joe Mathis.
Hi, my name is Barb Massey, and I'm your local AAA insurance agent. I have just over 20 years in insurance, handling auto, home, and life insurance needs for my clients. My goals are to provide you with great coverage and competitive rates through AAA. Stop by and see me at my new office located at 321 West Walnut Street, directly across from the Ephraim McDowell Emergency Room. Or call me, Barb Massey, at 859-425-5741.
Do you
own a business? If so, save money and time with Farmers National Bank's free business checking. You receive 1,000 free monthly transaction items, free online banking, free bill pay, free e-statements. Plus, you get a free gift at account opening. Call us at 866-888-0220 or stop into one of our convenient locations for assistance. Farmers National Bank, your lifetime bank. $50 minimum deposit at account opening. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
It's time once again for the Lee's Famous Recipe of Danville Hometown Radio Network Lunch in the Office promotion. You can receive up to 20 two-piece chicken dinners and free tea delivered to your business on Wednesday, a value of over $150. Drop us a note on our Facebook page at Hometown Live Radio or email us at radio@hometownlive.net why you deserve free Lee's Famous Recipe chicken for lunch. We announce the winner on Tuesday and deliver it on Wednesday. Don't miss out. Free Lunch in the Office brought to you by Lee's Famous Recipe of Danville and the Hometown Radio Network.
Saturday. Coach Stoops and the Cats head south to Oxford for an early day SEC battle. Ole Miss Rebels and your Kentucky Wildcats. Touchdown, Kentucky!
The pregame show starts this Saturday morning at 10 with kickoff at noon.
It's all right here on your home for the Cats, and the hits is WRNZ FM C105.
This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by...
It's brought to you by Coel Collision Center right here in D-Town. They're on Lebanon Road. After a wreck, tell the tow truck driver, take your vehicle to the experts, Brent and Devin, at Coel Collision Center, Lebanon Road, right here, Danville. Sunshine, seeing sunrise right now. We're at 45 degrees as you all are waking up. 68 is the high today. Sunshine tomorrow, high of 71. Saturday, mostly cloudy, 65 is the high. Sunday, partly sunny and 65. Right now, it's 7:39 in the morning, 45 degrees right here in Danville. Thursday, September the 29th, 238-WHIR, 238-9447 is the number that Linda McClanahan has called. Good morning, Linda. How are you?
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing great, Linda. Ready to rock and roll. I'll get the County Agents Corner on here, brought to you by Bluegrass South Livestock Market.
Got the top price for your livestock? Take them to the Bluegrass South Livestock Market, where they have drop-off hours to fit the busy farmer's needs. Selling your livestock a profitable and a pleasant experience. Save the hassle of a long haul. Sell your livestock at the Bluegrass South Livestock Market, 277 Courtier Road in Stanford. Call Bluegrass South Livestock Market at 606-365-0665. Bluegrass South Livestock Market in Stanford.
Here's Linda McClanahan.
Pesticides are not cheap, and some are not always easy to come by. Pesticides represent a significant investment for those who use pesticides regularly. Generally, most pesticides are intended to have a 2 to 3 year storage life. Too much time in storage or poor conditions during storage can ruin many pesticides. This can cost producers substantial time and money and can create disposal issues. Mishaps can also occur in storage, so those storing pesticides should plan accordingly to ensure that storage procedures provide containment in case of leaks or spills. Pesticide storage areas should have easily visible signage to alert others and must be secured properly to keep out unwanted visitors. Post pesticide warning signs on doors and windows to alert people that pesticides are stored there. Durable, high-visibility signs are available commercially. Only store pesticides in a locked cabinet, room, or building. This prevents children, animals, and other unauthorized people from having access to pesticides. Never transfer pesticides to containers that might cause children and others to mistake them for food or drink. Pesticides should always be transported and stored apart from fertilizers, other chemicals, feed, and seed. As pesticide quality can degrade over time, try to purchase only the amount of a pesticide you intend to use within the year or maybe two. While this may sound easy, pesticide needs and available container sizes do not always align. So you can protect your leftover products by carefully reading the storage and disposal section of each label for those pesticides that you plan to store. Different formulations of the same product often have different storage requirements. Storage areas should be cool, dry, and well ventilated. Always store pesticides in their original containers. Regularly check containers for leaks, corrosion, or deterioration. Many dry materials should be stored in a cool, dry location with good ventilation. Partially used bags of dry formulated pesticides can be stored in clear, sealable bags to keep moisture out of the container to avoid clumping or caking. Check to make sure caps on liquid containers are secured properly. Many liquid pesticides must be stored at above a specific temperature to avoid crystallization, separation, or active ingredients otherwise falling out of solution. It may not be possible to resuspend these materials for future use. Temperature requirements during storage are found on individual pesticide labels and will vary by product. Mark each pesticide container with the date of purchase before it's stored. Use older materials first. Keep liquids on lower shelves and dry formulations above them. Maintain a current inventory of your pesticides. This will let you manage ordering new products more effectively. Pesticide storage areas should be well ventilated and dry. Without proper ventilation, pesticide storage areas will collect volatiles from opened containers. Storage areas should have adequate lighting so that labels can be easily read. A well-lit area also helps to reduce accidents. Keep the area uncluttered. This reduces tripping hazards when working with pesticides. Have single-use towels, soap, eye wash supplies, and change of clothes available. While larger facilities may have an eye wash station, smaller storage areas may have bottles of eye wash solution. Store your personal protective equipment apart from your pesticides. Reusable personal protective equipment should be cleaned after each use and air-dried before storage, as well as stored in areas away from pesticides to avoid contamination. Store pesticides in an area with an impervious floor. The floor of the storage site should be made of sealed cement, glazed ceramic tile, no wax sheet flooring, or other easily cleaned impervious materials. The area should be self-contained with no drains leading out of the area. Larger storage areas with more than 300 gallons of liquid pesticides are considered commercial facilities and need to have a curb around the floor that can contain a minimum of 110% of the volume of the largest container in storage. In these larger facilities, a sump will collect spills and pump them into a storage tank. Inspect the storage site to determine the likely path of pesticides in cases of spills, leaks, drainage of equipment, wash water, and heavy pesticide runoff from firefighting or floods. Have materials on hand to respond to spills and leaks. They will happen, so plan on them. Absorbent materials like kitty litter, sawdust, or floor sweep compound are used to clean up spills. Use the 3 C's to manage spills: control, contain, and clean up. Control means to stop the leak at the source. For example, if a container has a leak at the bottom, invert the container to stop the leak. Contain means to limit the spread of the materials that have leaked by surrounding the spill with absorbent material. The final step is to clean up the spill. Be sure to use all necessary personal protective equipment as listed on the pesticide label. It is a legal requirement to store pesticides properly and in a secured place to meet regulations and keep people and the environment safe. With the winding down of the growing season in the fall, now is a good time to review your pesticide storage and update inventories. That's today's Farm News, joins each weekday at this time for the County Agent's Corner, a service of the Boyle, Gary, Lincoln, and Mercer County UK Extension offices.
Linda McClanahan with the County Agent's Corner, brought to you by Bluegrass South Livestock Market. Now, Linda, before you go, I've got some random facts that you may not know, but I want you to know, so I'm going to let you know. Linda, are you ready?
Yes.
All right, good. Fact number 1, Linda, do you like the Panera Bread Company, Panera Bread?
No.
Okay. It's okay. I'm kind of way overpriced, and I can make a sandwich at home. Why would I spend $8 on one? But Panera was originally called the St. Louis Bread Company. It's still the St. Louis Bread Company in the St. Louis area, where there are over 100 locations. The name change to Panera came about in 1997 when it began expanding outside of St. Louis. So it was originally called the St. Louis Bread Company, now known as Panera nationwide. Number 2, Albert Lemarice is the director of the legendary short film called The Red Balloon. He is also the creator of the board game Risk. Have you ever played Risk, Linda?
Yes.
Yeah, I have not ever played Risk. But he's the creator of it and a movie director as well. Number 3, when Ulysses S. Grant was president in the 1870s, he once got a speeding ticket from a cop in Washington, D.C. He was riding his horse and buggy too fast, Linda. He pulled him over, gave him a ticket. So that was apparently a thing. You could break the speed limit even on horse and buggies back in the 1870s. Number 4, American cheese is legally required to be made from at least 2 types of other cheeses. Cheddar, Colby, and Jack are the most common used to create American cheese. That's how it's made. And number 5, J.D. Salinger had only written a little bit of The Catcher in the Rye when he went off to fight in World War II. Have you ever read that book, Linda?
I don't think so.
Catcher in the Rye. I haven't either. I've heard of it, obviously, but never read it.
Right.
He liked what he had written so much that he carried the pages with him when he stormed the beach of Normandy in World War II. He survived that, obviously, went on to finish writing The Catcher in the Rye, which would later go on to become one of the greatest literary works of all time. There you go, Linda. Some random facts for you on this Thursday. We'll talk to you again tomorrow morning, okay?
Okay.
Bye. Linda McClanahan, the County Agent's Corner. It's Mercer County Week, and we talk with Linda tomorrow to wrap up Mercer County Week at this time right here on The Joe Show at 7:47 in the morning, and we've got Mimi Becker coming on here next.
88 Heating and Air. 88 is on the way. Large enough to serve you, small enough to care. Since 1984. 88. Always on time with our professional team when we show up at your door. 88. Residential and commercial, day or night. 88heatingandair.com does it right. 88 Heating and Air. 88 is on the way.
Local high school football at Hometown Radio Network.
This is Gary True, voice of the Mercer County Football Titans. Listen to every game on WHBN.
This is Scott Bowen, voice of the Garrett County Golden Lions. Hear the games on Z105.
This is Joe Mathis, voice of the Danville Football Admirals. Listen to every Admiral game on AM 1230 WHIR.
This is Steve Bertram inviting you to join us for Boyle County High School football on Z105.
All games streamed live at hometownlive.net.
Intercounty Energy wants you to put safety first when you're working outside. Always look up to see if there are overhead power lines, and be sure to stay clear of them. For safety's sake, always hire a professional to trim trees instead of doing it yourself. Remember, a tree limb cut in the wrong place could fall on a power line and cause you a world of hurt. If you do decide to do the work yourself, always protect your eyes and hands by wearing safety glasses and gloves. Intercounty Energy cares about your safety. Look up, be alert, and stay safe.
Historic Main Street comes alive September 30th through October 2nd with Kentucky's largest Oktoberfest. It's bigger than ever with double the stages at this year's Oktoberfest in Harrodsburg, where you can catch 3 days of live concerts with everything from 80s hits, reggae, rock to soul, funk, and bluegrass. Indulge in over 20 beers on tap, local food, crafts, and Kinderland, a free family-friendly inflatable park. Admission is free. Visit OktoberfestHarrodsburg.com for full details. That's OktoberfestHarrodsburg.com.
Hello?
Guess who went out last night?
You went out last night?
Well, I got hot and worked up, but I'm not the one who went out. It was my air conditioner.
I know just the person for you to see. Hensley's Heating and Air.
Hensley's Heating and Air?
Yes, give them a call right now.
What's the number?
859-336-3965. 336-3965.
Hensley's Heating and Air. Quick, timely service. 859-336-3965.
Hey folks, this is Duke Owens, General Manager here at Cartown Kia in Nicholasville. You know, folks are complaining daily about supply chains and inventory. We don't have that problem. We have new Kias arriving daily. We have a great selection of Kias from Tellurides, Sorrentos, Sportages, Celtos, Souls, K5s, and Fortes. And remember, we have over 20 lenders that want to approve you. Come and see us here at Cartown Kia or look us up online at cartownkiausa.com.
While supplies last with approved credit, see dealer for details and availability.
Real hope for a better life addiction-free starts at Real Hope Behavioral Health in Danville.
I would say don't put it off any longer, because anybody who's in addiction, it's on their mind daily to get out of the madness. So if you got people that are counting on, give them the greatest gift that you could ever give them. Stop waiting, do it today.
Confidential outpatient treatment. We are a MAP prescriber. Medicaid and Medicare accepted. Free child care and transportation available. Start your recovery now. Call Real Hope Behavioral Health in Danville at 236-9598.
Blaze into battle for the 160th anniversary of the Battle of Perryville Civil War reenactment on Saturday, October 8th and Sunday, October 9th. Experience the roar of artillery, the thunder of horses racing across the battlefield, and the crash of musketry. Civil War living historians recreate the Battle of Perryville. For a complete schedule of weekend events, go to parks.ky.gov. Make plans to attend this special event and enjoy savings on your advance ticket purchase.
This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by
our good friends over at Cattleman's Roadhouse. Treat yourself to a delicious meal at Cattleman's, where everyone in the family is certified something to tastify their taste bud. Cattleman's Roadhouse, Danville Bypass, where a great steak truly is just the beginning. Sunshine, a high of 68, low tonight 42. Tomorrow, sunshine, 71's a high. And on Saturday, mostly cloudy, a high of 65. Right now, it's 7:52 in the morning. Mimi Becker's on here with the Arts Commission. Good morning, Mimi. How are you?
Fine, thanks. How are you?
Doing great, Mimi. What's going on with the Arts Commission this week?
Okay, this week, Scarlet Cup opens their fall play. We saw dress rehearsal last night, and it is really, really good. So if you ever wondered all about how to make a crossword puzzle and how they're created, this is a very entertaining and also fairly funny look at how it's done. So the play is at Dry Stack. Tickets are available on DanvilleArts.org on the home page. Go to the Tickets tab. Now, the announcement I need to make is that due to parking issues tomorrow night, Friday night, the board of the Scarlet Cup Theater has decided that they need to close that show, not have the show tomorrow night. Parking is going to be a real issue with construction and the Bourbon Chase.
Yeah.
So, if you're interested, everyone who had tickets for tomorrow night has already been relocated, but there are still plenty of tickets for Saturday night, Sunday afternoon, and all of next week. So, there's still tickets available. It's a great show. DanvilleArts.org, homepage, tickets tab across the top. That's number one thing.
Okay.
Number two, we're very, very proud to announce that the Heritage Area Strings Program, which has been in this community for years and years, our daughter was in the Strings Program many years ago. The Heritage Area Strings Program is now going to be a part of the Arts Commission. We will be serving as their fiscal sponsor now and as long as we all are in existence, let's hope. But it's a tremendous program. There are both connections through the Boyle County schools and through the Danville schools for strings education and strings programs. So the program is, we will have information on our webpage, and we will be putting things in our newsletter and on Facebook so that people will become hopefully more aware, and that program will continue to grow in this community. So we're thankful to the board. The board chair is Heather Dover, and the treasurer is Michelle Gilbert, and they have really worked hard to make the transition very smooth and keep that program as vital as it has been for our community. We're very proud. We are very proud of the Arts Commission to say that they're part of us now, and we are part of them.
Good stuff. Love it. So a lot of good stuff going on. Again, as Mimi said, tomorrow's crossword play will not be going on because of parking issues, the Bourbon Chase, and that's going to be a fun scene to be a part of as well downtown. And we're going to welcome those runners in. Going to be near 1,000 people is what's expected in downtown Danville at some point from about 7 o'clock tomorrow night to about 5 o'clock Saturday morning.
Great. So, there is a lot going on downtown, people do need to be aware of traffic situations. There will be some streets closed, and look out for those runners. There are always people who sometimes don't pay attention, but look out for the runners. They will be looping through Danville, I believe headed to Stanford, if I'm not correct. If I'm correct. And then I think they loop back through Boyle County again at some point.
Yes, come back through Danville, and they head to Harrodsburg, I think, before they go to Frankfort and then end up in Lexington some point Saturday afternoon.
Pay attention out there, folks.
Yep. Mimi Becker with the Arts Commission. Mimi, thanks for being on. If people have any questions, how can they get in touch with you?
At arts@historicdanvilleky.com, or we're on Facebook and at danvillearts.org on the web.
There you go. Mimi with the Arts Commission. Mimi, thanks for being on. We'll talk to you again next Thursday, which is October the 5th, okay?
Yes.
All right, Mimi. Bye.
Bye.
Mimi Becker, Danville, Boyle County Arts Commission, and Mimi checking in with us as she does every Thursday morning right here on the Joe Show. Scientist, science does a lot of great things, and they've done something that I'm not sure was necessary, but they've done it anyway. Scientists have created an AI, that's artificial intelligence-powered laser turret, that can, get this, kill cockroaches. Again, I'm not sure it was necessary for us to have that much power behind the killing of cockroaches, but somehow, some way, scientists have decided this is important. A laser turret that kills cockroaches. They have an ad out for it as well. Here it is.
There's only one way to stop cockroaches dead in their tracks, and that's Air Raid, the AI-powered laser turret that kills cockroaches dead.
Ah! There's a roach in the sink!
Stand back, honey. Time for some Air Raid.
Wait, let me get out of the house first.
That's right. Air Raid will blow your house to smithereens, ensuring that those cockroaches die burning along with your house and your belongings.
There you go.
Our stuff, our beautiful home, all burned.
And so are the roaches. And there aren't any roaches in our neighbors' houses either.
That's because you burned their houses down.
Thanks, Air Raid.
Air Raid. Destroy roaches and everything within a 10-block radius with an AI-powered laser turret today.
Easy to do there with the Air Raid laser turret. Hey, Nesco Resource, the place to be tomorrow. Radio Rick is going to be there live tomorrow from 11 o'clock until 1. Nesco Resource, they're on Houstonville Road, and they're celebrating their grand opening anniversary. It's their first full year at their new location, so it's their first anniversary at their new location, and Radio Rick's there live tomorrow, 11 o'clock until 1, and they'd love to see you all out there as well. Stop by for your free Boyle County and Danville Spirit shirts. These things have been a massive hit that we have been giving out in multiple remotes and locations and broadcasts, so if you did not get a Boyle County or Danville t-shirt this year, we'll have those for free tomorrow. Rick will be there at Nesco Resource. We also will have free pizza, free drinks, free door prizes, and Nesco doing on-the-spot job offers. The premier job placement firm, Nesco, inviting you to stop by tomorrow. Radio Rick's going to be there for free Spirit shirts, free food, free door prizes, and on-the-spot job interviews and offers tomorrow, 11 o'clock until 1. And we'll be reminding you about that tomorrow, and also a live broadcast on Z 105. 238 WHIR. The phone number to call in this morning, 238-9447. Let's stop by Melton's Deli in Danville. Grab ourselves one of the phenomenal sandwiches they have there for lunch later on this afternoon. Let's go with the turkey, bacon, and Swiss. How's this for your sandwich of the day? Lightly smoked turkey, Swiss cheese, crisp bacon, lettuce, tomatoes, and mayonnaise, served on a buttery croissant. It is number 6 on the Melton's Deli menu, the TB&S, the turkey, bacon, and Swiss. One place, 2 locations. You can get that, and it's Melton's Deli. Either Melton's Deli number 1 across from the post office, or Melton's Deli number 2 right next to Danville Cinemas 8 on Ben Ally Drive. The turkey, bacon, and Swiss. Tell them this morning that you heard that was the sandwich of the day on the Joe Show on the Hometown Radio Network right here on WHIR. Historic Main Street comes alive September 30th through October 2nd with Kentucky's largest Oktoberfest. It's bigger than ever with double the stages at this year's Oktoberfest in Harrodsburg, where you can catch 3 days of live concerts with everything from 80s hits, reggae, rock to soul, funk, and bluegrass. Indulge in over 20 beers on tap, local food, crafts, and Kinderland, a free family-friendly inflatable park. Admission is free. Visit OktoberfestHarrodsburg.com for full details. That's OktoberfestHarrodsburg.com.
This is the talk of the town, AM 1230, and now on FM 103.9, WHIR Danville, powered by Kentucky WiMAX.
NBC News Radio, I'm Michael Kastner. Ian is now a tropical storm, but still producing heavy rain and flooding across central and northeast Florida. NBC's Lewis Turner has more from St. Augustine.
Northeast Florida will become a part of the focus. Some of the conditions here in St. Augustine, northeast Florida, St. Johns County, really deteriorating. We are on the bayfront, intracoastal waterway, so fed by the ocean.
Turner says water was about knee depth in the streets of downtown St. Augustine, 40 miles south of Jacksonville. The bayfront waves are pouring over the seawall, but low tide is helping when in effect. The next high tide is anticipated to come in and around lunchtime today. According to Turner, that's when conditions will be the absolute worst, causing flooding that will be a major threat to local businesses. North Carolina Governor Roy Cooper is issuing a state of emergency declaration over Tropical Storm Ian. More from Mitch Evans.
With the powerful storm system blazing a path of destruction across the Florida Peninsula,
Governor Roy Cooper made the declaration on Wednesday afternoon to activate North Carolina's emergency operations plan, also waive transportation rules in order to help transport fuel and critical supplies, help first responders and the agriculture industry, and also protect consumers from price gouging. Heavy rain, possible flooding, and tornadoes are expected Friday and Saturday from Ian. The state emergency response team is activating Thursday morning at the Emergency Operations Center in Raleigh.
Animal shelters outside of Florida are taking in pets from shelters impacted by Ian. It frees up space for other animals like those in Central Florida's Lake County Animal Shelter. Director Whitney Boylston.
Not only are we tasked with caring for the animals that we have here at the shelter, but we have a number of staff that are out in the community manning the pet-friendly portions of emergency people shelters at schools.
Michael Kastner, NBC News Radio.
I grow corn and beans, and I raise cattle. What I do is good for people, good for Kentucky. And what I don't do is good for the environment. I don't let fertilizer, chemicals, manure, or good farmland run off into the creek. And you know what? Turns out that also makes me more productive and more efficient. If you're a farmer, develop an ag water quality plan. It's never been easier. Go to eec.ky.gov/agwater to find out how.
Your annual homecoming tailgate party was a rousing success. You caught up with your weird cousin Phil. You and your buddy Dave were crowned cornhole champions. Your famous potato salad drew rave reviews. The home team even won. But the best part was what didn't happen. You didn't drive home buzzed. You got a ride home from your cousin Phil, who may be weird, but also definitely sober. Drive sober or get pulled over. Paid with funds through the Kentucky Office of Highway Safety.
The NAACP is urging there to be a civil rights probe into Jackson, Mississippi's water crisis. The organization filed a 25-page complaint to the EPA requesting they investigate the use of federal funds related to drinking water in Jackson and also to seek a solution. The letter accuses Mississippi of discriminating against the city of Jackson, which is over 80% black, by diverting federal funds allocated toward ensuring safe drinking water for its citizens. Action movie star and former California Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger visited the site of the Auschwitz Nazi death camp Wednesday in what he called a message against hatred.
Like, it's all over the world, there's still prejudice, and so we just have to make sure that we educate the people and just show them what is the outcome of this prejudice and this hatred.
Schwarzenegger visited the barracks, watchtowers, and remains of gas chambers of the sprawling camp where Nazi Germany murdered more than 1 million Jews and others during World War II. The 75-year-old Schwarzenegger and Auschwitz Foundation chairman Simon Bergson talked about their family's history. Both men were born after the war, Bergson to Auschwitz survivors and Schwarzenegger to a father who served in the Nazi German army. Bergson said he and Schwarzenegger are living proof that within one generation, hatred can be shifted entirely. A new Peacock docu-series is exploring the dark side of the popular children's cartoon Barney and Friends. Mark Mayfield explains.
I love you, you love me. We're a happy family with a great big hug and a kiss from me to
The trailer for the two-part docuseries I Love You, You Hate Me was released Wednesday with Bill Nye the Science Guy, NBC's Al Roker, and others speaking on how the world turned against the purple dinosaur.
Michael Kastner, NBC News Radio.
Resetting your password, unsubscribing from emails, printing anything. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an auto owner's insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your business doesn't have to be one of them, so you can get back to more important things, like learning how that printer works. That's simple human sense.
Ask Dexter and Reitmeyer Insurance Agency in Danville if auto owners make sense for you. Call me, Mark Dexter, or Chris Reitmeyer at 236-6686.
They done did it again. Gave a great deal and made a new friend. Where's this, you say? Withers Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Lawrenceburg is the way. With first-class service and a spin of the wheel. For some extra gifts after your new car deal, check out the inventory at ChryslerofLawrenceburg.com and head on down to US 127 to the new Withers Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Lawrenceburg. Today is your deal of the day, and Withers Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Lawrenceburg is the way.
Hi, Cliff Ed Irvin again. The youth are indeed our future. We are proud to support our young people in sports, school, church, and other activities. Urban Group Realtors and Auctioneers, we understand the importance of the home buying or selling decision. We greatly appreciate and support those who make this community our home as well. No one sells it better. Urban Group, supporting the Golden Lions in your community for over 50 years.
The Urban Group Realtors and Auctioneers, no one sells it better.
Dunn's Barbecue and Catering, located in Harrisburg, Kentucky. Here for your affordable catering needs. Ribs, chicken, brisket, as well as our famous pulled pork. All sides homemade. Available for weddings, company picnics, family reunions, or just an old-fashioned pig roast. So call 859-734-3675. That's 859-734-3675. Dunn's Catering and Barbecue. 859-734-3675. I'm Sid Dunn, and like my Uncle Herb always used to say,
it's not barbecue until it's done.
Good morning to you. It is Thursday, September the 29th at 68 degrees as the high today. Right now, we're in the mid-40s as you are getting out on this sunny start to this Thursday morning. Forecast comes your way. News comes your way first. Here it is.
This is a Hometown Radio Network information update.
It's Bourbon Chase weekend in Kentucky, which means tomorrow night into Saturday morning, hundreds of runners will descend on this area as the 200-mile distance race comes right through here before runners finish in Lexington. The Danville Police Department has now released what roads and what times those roads will be closed. Those runners will cross Hughes Lane from Perryville Road and come into Danville using Lebanon Road from around 7 to 10:30 tomorrow night. Main Street's going to be blocked off between 2nd and 4th Street starting at 5 o'clock and going through 1 o'clock in the morning. From there, runners will go into Stanford and then circle back into Danville in the early morning hours, sometime between 2 o'clock and 5 o'clock in the morning. After that, they head towards Harrodsburg using the bypass. Danville Police reminds everyone to be patient and mindful of the runners that will be around the city on Friday night and Saturday morning. The newly formed Danville-Boyle County Economic Development Corporation has announced Harold Nally to their staff as the Workforce Development Specialist. In that role, Nally will work with the Workforce Development Committee to assure that there is a diverse and talented workforce to fill employment opportunities in Danville and Boyle County. He will begin his role with the Danville-Boyle County Economic Development Corporation in October. Tuesday night was the second political forum of the year featuring district judge candidates Patrick Barsotti and Stacey Kuntz, and we'll have another forum broadcast Tuesday of next week. On October 4th, the UK Extension Office will be the host of a forum between candidates for Boyle County Magistrates Districts 1 and 2. District 1 candidates are Tom Ellis and Terry Hogue, while District 2 candidates are Paula Jean Bodner and Tina Lynn. You can hear that forum on 103.9 FM WHIR and HometownLive.net. It'll start Tuesday night at 7 o'clock. The state has reimbursed Mercer County for almost all of the work done on Oakland Lane. Mercer County Fiscal Court Judge Executive Scott Mosley said yesterday the state had sent Mercer County a check for $80,000, which is about 80% of the work that's been done on Oakland Lane. And speaking of road work, if you're heading to Lexington, watch out for road work on Nicholasville Road for the next 3 weekends. That work includes sidewalk and signal loop replacement and resurfacing. Motorists will still be able to pass through the work zones, but just use caution when you do. Reporting for the Hometown Radio Network, I'm Joe Mathis.
Going out of town or anywhere in the world? Stay in touch with WHIR on the internet at hometownlive.net. Powered by Kentucky WiMAX.
I always wanted to learn Spanish, but I never thought I'd have the time. Then I discovered Babbel.
Babbel's lessons are fun. They only take like 10 or 15 minutes, and in 3 weeks, presto, you're speaking another language. Like magic.
I love that Babbel's lessons aren't just robots talking. They're voiced by native speakers, so you get the pronunciation just right. And they're designed by real language teachers, so you learn how to have real-world conversations, things you'll actually use.
3 weeks. It's incredible. After 3 weeks, I'm on vacation in Paris, having a conversation in French.
There's all kinds of ways to learn. Use Babbel's podcasts or games or videos. You can even join live classes with a language teacher.
If you want to learn a language, there's no faster, easier, better way than
Babbel.
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 Babbel. Évidemment.
Go to Babbel.com to try for free. That's BABBEL.com. Babbel.com.
This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by...
Well, it's brought to you by... Danville Auto Body Shop. Top-of-the-line collision and auto body repair. Head to the mechanics at 315 Dillahay. Call ahead for an appointment, 236-2299, 236-2299, Danville Auto Body Shop. Sunshine high of 68, low of 42. Sunshine tomorrow, 71. Mostly cloudy on Saturday, 65. Sunny on Sunday, 65. Right now, it's 8:11 in the morning. It's 45 degrees right here in Danville. 238 WHIR, the phone number to call in, 238-9447. Now, this is Coolio. Sad news coming out of Hollywood yesterday, where rapper Coolio was found dead on the bathroom floor of a friend's house in L.A. at the age of 59 years old. Coolio, most known for this song, Gangsta's Paradise, which is an iconic 1990s rap song. And you may be surprised to find out, with the state of modern-day rap, this song does not have a single curse word in it. Coolio, at the age of 59, found dead yesterday. Cause of death unknown. Coolio's manager said the paramedics think it was a heart attack. Law enforcement said they did not find any drugs or any drug paraphernalia, so rule that out. This song, Gangsta's Paradise, won a Grammy Award in 1995 for Best Rap Solo Performance. His other hits include the theme song for Nickelodeon song Kenan and Kel, called Aw, Here It Goes, Fantastic Voyage, and 1, 2, 3, 4, Something New. Got a bunch of tributes online from multiple artists. Ice Cube, Weird Al Yankovic, who made a parody song called Amish Paradise based on this song, Gangsta's Paradise. Martin Lawrence also gave Coolio a tribute yesterday. Many others. Rapper Coolio died at the age of 59 last night. Let's see what's going on this morning's Sort of Sports Report as we gear up for the Big Daddy, Steve Bertram, who will give us an update on what else is going on in sports. But first, here's some things you may not hear in your typical sports report this morning. Starting off and staying in Major League Baseball, where Aaron Judge is now tied with Roger Maris for the American League record for home runs in a single regular season. At Toronto's Rogers Center in the 7th inning, Aaron Judge shot one over the left field wall off a Blue Jays reliever, Tim Meza. As for the ball, it was almost caught by a fan in a Blue Jays jersey who's probably wishing his arms were just a few inches longer. The ball, though, landed in the Toronto bullpen and was picked up by Blue Jays coach Matt Bushman, who then gave the ball back to Aaron Judge. Aaron Judge then gave the ball to his mom after the game was over. 61 home runs, tying Roger Maris. Here's how it sounded.
And the 3-2. Joe deep to left field. This could be it. See ya! He's done it! Number 61! He's been chasing history, and now he makes it! He and Roger Maris are tied with 61 home runs.
Pretty cool. In the midst of Hurricane Ian soaking the South and mounting his march north, Major League Baseball now making plans in the event that the pivotal Mets-Braves series needs to be adjusted. This is a massive series. It's supposed to happen tomorrow starting in Atlanta. Relocation has never been a serious option, and if the weather does force changes, a split doubleheader on Sunday looks to be a strong option. Speaking of baseball, final week of the season, a lot of big questions. Will Aaron Judge hit number 62? Will the Mets be able to hang on to that NL East lead? Hopefully not, but they've choked away a 10.5 game lead. Will the Mariners make the playoffs? Been 21 years since they have. Will the laughingstock Orioles make the playoffs? And who will claim that last National League wildcard spot, the Phillies or the Brewers? We'll see all that coming up in the last week of Major League Baseball action. More sports coming up right now with the Big Daddy, Steve Bertram. Following that, we'll see some things that have made this date, September 29th, a day to remember on this date in history after Big Daddy Sports.
Hello, Central Kentucky. I'm Steve Bertram with sports. The latest RPI ratings from the KHSAA show Boyle County at the top of Class 4A. Other area teams in that class are Lincoln County at number 28 and Anderson County at 37th. In Class 3A, Bardstown is first with Casey County 10th, Mercer County 24th, and Garrett County 35th. In Class 2A, Beechwood is number 1 and Danville is 19th. The other number ones are Manual in 6A, Frederick Douglass in 5A, and Hazard in 1A. Join us for the Rebel Roundup tonight, live from the Old Bridge Grill and Restaurant. We talk Boyle County football with head coach Justin Haddix from 6 to 7 on Z105. It streams at hometownlive.net. Hometown Radio has 3 games on the air tomorrow night. Danville's on the road at Bullitt East on WHIR. Garrett County's at McCreary Central on Z105. Mercer County's at Western Hills on WHBN. A huge SEC battle Saturday finds 7th-ranked Kentucky at number 14, Ole Miss. Wildcats are 1-touchdown underdogs, but their running game should be improved because Chris Rodriguez returns after a 4-game suspension. Pre-game shows began at 10 o'clock Saturday. Kickoff at noon in Oxford for Kentucky at Mississippi on Z105. In baseball yesterday, Aaron Judge hit his 61st homer of the year as the Yankees topped the Blue Jays 8-3. Judge has tied the American League record of 61, which was held by the Yankees' Roger Maris back in 1961. The Mets won and the Braves lost, which puts New York a game ahead of Atlanta in the NL East. The Thursday night special in the NFL has Cincinnati hosting Miami. The Bengals are 1-2, while the Dolphins are 3-0, and the only unbeaten team left in the AFC. Former Danville High School boys basketball coach David Cottrell has passed away. Cottrell had the Ads as one of the top teams in the 12th region many times in the 60s and 70s. David Stick Cottrell was 88. That's sports. God bless America. I'm Steve Bertram on the Hometown Radio Network.
It's here. It's new. Filled with the best wide selection of vehicles just for you.
Right at Field User Factory.
7 acres of pre-owned elite inventory makes them the largest deal maker around.
Right at Field User Factory.
So come on down to Nicholsville off US 27 to Vince Drive. Then you've arrived at the new
Right at Field User Factory.
Buy with confidence straight from the factory. Take a virtual tour at
RightAtFieldUserFactory.com.
The new Family Wealth Group in Harrodsburg is now making appointments with you on how to get the most out of your retirement. Call a team member at 859-605-5008.
We're going to open our office in Harrodsburg. Super excited to be in a community that we serve a lot of families in and a lot of companies. Our mission is real simple. It's to help the people in Kentucky.
The new Family Wealth Group is located in Harrodsburg, 125 Collin Drive. Find out more at thefamilywealthgroup.com. Call 859-605-5008. Kentucky retires here. Friday is your last chance to get your Danville Admiral or Boyle County Spirit shirt. Friday, 11 to 1, the grand opening celebration of Nesco Resources' first year to new location in Danville, 1595 Houstonville Road. Stop by for your free Spirit shirt, free pizza, free drinks, free door prizes, and on-the-spot job offers. Nesco Resource is the premier job placement firm. They invite you to stop by Friday for free Spirit shirts, free food, free door prizes, on-the-spot job offers, 11 to 1 on Friday, live on Z105.
Hey, it's Joe Pags. Make plans to join us for the show. We're bringing the top news stories that are affecting you, the top stories from social media, pop culture stories, could be in sports. Maybe we'll sing a song or 2 or 3 or make fun of somebody that you want us to make fun of. That plus, of course, a big part of the program is you calling in. Look, we can agree, we can debate, we can yell at each other, we can sing a song together. We do it all right here on the Joe Pags Show, Monday through Friday from 6 to 9 on WHIR AM 1230 and online at hometownlive.net.
This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by
our friends hanging out over at Dexter and Reitmeyer Insurance, your local independent insurance agency, proudly representing the Auto Owners Insurance Company. Ask if auto owners make sense for you. Call Mark, call Chris for a free quote. Dexter and Reitmeyer Insurance. Sunshine, a high of 68, low of 42. Sunshine tomorrow, 71's your high. Saturday, mostly cloudy, 65. Sunday, partly sunny, and 65. It's 8:21 in the morning. 238-WHIR is the phone number to call in this morning, 238-9447. New study is coming out showing that 30% of Americans, 30%, would live in a home where a murder had taken place. So it's still a wide margin of that wouldn't, but 30% said they would. And for those who would do that, there's a new real estate app you can download. You know, there's Zillow, but now they have one called Killo, where murders have taken place in houses. And they wanted to be on the Joe Show this morning. Here's Killo.
Perfect home, introducing Killo, with more listings and lower prices on homes where a murder took place than any other app.
Ooh, look at this one. Nice big yard, great school district.
And a double murder happened there, which knocks some money off the price.
I love it.
Yes, Killo will help you find your dream home, which also happened to be somebody else's nightmare home.
I love the yellow caution tape in the master bedroom.
And the chalk outline in the master bathroom really adds to the decor. I can't wait to make this our forever home.
Me too, honey. Me too.
Killo, more homes and more murders. Download it today.
Yeah, there you go, Killo. Hey, it's breakfast time. That means it's time to go to Wendy's and have ourselves a breakfast Baconator or a hot honey chicken biscuit or the maple chicken biscuit, which is what I was able to eat last week. Eat that for breakfast. That was phenomenal as well. Their potatoes they have, their breakfast fries, I believe is what they call them, are out of this world. So if you haven't had Wendy's for breakfast, you got to try it out and play this brand new Wendy's breakfast matching game. Yep, Wendy's breakfast matching game.com is the website. Log on there, register to play if you haven't. If you've already registered, then come on and play every single morning. Log on there, and every time you do, 3 breakfast pieces are going to overturn on your game board there on the screen. If you match any 3 at any point in the week, you win free breakfast for a year. So I'm looking at my game board right now this morning. I have matched 2 vanilla frosty chinos, I've matched 2 breakfast Baconators, and I've matched 2 hot honey chicken biscuits. So if I get one of those for the rest of this week through Sunday, just one more of any of those, then I've won free breakfast for a year. Requires literally no effort whatsoever. You also get instant offers pretty much every week. I got an instant offer last week for a free coffee or a free frosty chino with a breakfast order. So you get offers like that, and just for registering to play, you have a chance to win $1,000 in Wendy's gift cards. Wendy's Breakfast Matching Game.com. We're playing this game every morning on the Joe Show here on WHIR through October the 9th. It's 8:23 in the morning. September the 29th is the date. And let's take a look down the timeline, see some things that have happened on this date that makes this date a day to remember. Starting off way back in 1789. It was on this date in 1789.
First to fight for the right and to build a nation.
The U.S. War Department looked at things and said, you know what, we may need an army. And it was on this date, 1789, 700 men enlisted in the first ever army for the United States of America. On this date, 1789, the first heroes that we ever had, all the way back in 1789. It was on this date, 1962. This show debuted on ABC TV.
Happy trails to you
Until we meet again. The Roy Rogers and Del Evans Show debuted on this date, 1962.
Keep smiling until then.
He was on this date, 1977. Muhammad Ali retained his world heavyweight boxing title in a unanimous 15-round decision over Ernie Shavers at Madison Square Garden in New York. On this date, 1977, here's a clip of the ref calling the score, giving Muhammad Ali the world heavyweight boxing championship.
Ali, 5-round Shavers, 1 even, the winner and champion of the world, the one and only Muhammad Ali.
It was on this date, 1985. Richard Dean Anderson debuted on this show on ABC.
One time when I was a kid, I built a slingshot out of a couple of broken hockey sticks and an old inner tube. And you know, no matter how hard I practiced, I just could never miss my neighbor's window.
That's MacGyver. Debuted on this date, 1985. It was on this date, September 29th, 1988. The Space Shuttle Discovery blasted off from Cape Canaveral, Florida. It marked America's return to manned spaceflight following the Challenger disaster. So it was a big day on this date, 1988, where the Discovery Space Shuttle launched from Cape Canaveral.
3, 2, 1.
liftoff. Americans return to space as Discovery clears the tower.
It was on this day, 2006, U.S. Congressman Mark Foley resigned amidst allegations of inappropriate emails to teen house pages were introduced. Here's a clip of Foley's lawyer saying that Foley takes full responsibility for his actions.
Mark is contrite, remorseful, and devastated by the harm he has caused others and takes full responsibility for his actions.
And a lot of the drama with this Britney Spears saga has been going on for the last couple of years, but it was on this date last year, in 2021, Britney's father, Jamie Spears, was suspended as her conservator by a judge in Los Angeles after claims of abuse. It was Vivian L. Thoreen, who was Jamie Spears' lawyer, insisting that her client saved the daughter Britney Spears' life. Here's how it sounded.
This is a story about a fiercely loving, dedicated, and loyal father who rescued his daughter from a life-threatening situation. People were harming her, and they were exploiting her. Jamie saved Britney's life.
And those are some things that have gone on this date, September 29th, that makes this date a date to remember. It is September 29th. It's National Coffee Day today. National Coffee Day. I used to drink coffee every morning. It was the first thing that I did when I walked in the radio station was start brewing some coffee. And by about 6:15, 6:20, right during that first commercial break of the show, my coffee was ready and I'd pour myself a cup of coffee. Until one morning when I realized that our coffee pot was not working. The coffee machine with the coffee pot was broken, had a big crack in it. So I threw that coffee pot away. But no worries, because I had a second coffee pot. Yes, I had a backup coffee pot that I had bought from Walmart. It was cheap. It was like $11. Didn't spend a whole lot of money on it. I didn't need it to be expensive. I was the only one here at the station that drank coffee. And as I unboxed my brand new coffee pot, my coffee maker and coffee pot, I dropped the coffee pot on the ground, shattering it into a million trillion pieces. And that's the day that I realized maybe drinking coffee just isn't for me. I have shattered 2 coffee pots in the same day. And my coffee machine still sits in the kitchen here at the radio station without a coffee pot on it. Today, National Coffee Pot Day. And not coffee pot, although that's an important part of it. It's National Coffee Day as a whole. And we can thank Ethiopian shepherds that lived around the 800 AD mark for discovering coffee. And the story goes that these shepherds were watching their sheep, they were doing their sheep thing, and they realized that the sheeps got a little bit more hyperactive, a little bit more excited when they got near these certain plants. So they decided they were going to try in whatever means necessary to cultivate these plants. They began brewing coffee using coffee beans, and that's how the magic of coffee was discovered, thanks to Ethiopian shepherds in 800 AD. There have actually been attempts to ban coffee throughout history. All those attempts have gone for naught. It is actually the second most commonly traded commodity on Earth. According to the Global Exchange, there are about 25 million farmers in over 50 countries in the world that are involved in producing coffee. By the way, what is the number 1 most commonly traded commodity in the world? Coffee is 2. Number 1 is, of course, oil. And if you live in New York, you drink more coffee than anyone else in the world, 7 times as much coffee as the rest of the U.S. The most caffeinated country, however, in the world is Finland, where the average adult consumes about 4 or 5 cups of coffee a day. National Coffee Day today. Celebrate that accordingly right here as you're listening to The Joe Show. It's 8:30 in the morning. Our bottom hour news is right now with KNN.
The trial of 2 ex-Louisville police officers involved in the Breonna Taylor case is being delayed. The federal trial was yesterday postponed in court to allow both sides the chance to review evidence. Former officers Joshua James and Kyle Meany face civil rights violations charges following the raid of Taylor's home and her subsequent death in March 2020. The trial is expected to be rescheduled to October of next year at the earliest. Less fentanyl in the United States thanks to a seizure by border officials in Louisville. U.S. Customs and Border Protection said yesterday they stopped a shipment of drugs which had enough fentanyl to kill over 200,000 people. Officials say the shipment came from South Africa and was headed to Colorado. Kentucky State Representative Lisa Wilner is introducing a law which will temporarily block at-risk adults from purchasing a firearm.
We're not taking anything away from people. We're not imposing on anyone's rights. We're, in fact, increasing people's abilities to be able to advocate for themselves.
Wilner tells WLKY-TV there's a similar law in Virginia. The law would create a voluntary do not sell firearms list throughout the state of Kentucky. Wilner says those signing the list would then have a way of keeping themselves safe when thoughts of suicide occur. High school dropouts around Louisville now will have an avenue to earn their diploma tuition-free. It's called the Excel Center. It's now open in Newburgh. The campus is the creation of Goodwill Industries of Kentucky and will provide 8-week class schedules, free on-site childcare, and counseling services. The center is a pilot program. If successful in Louisville, Goodwill plans on opening additional schools throughout the state. I'm Sean McCormick.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
At Subtle's Tree Care, we salute the beauty of the great outdoors. And for those times when the great outdoors isn't so beautiful, you don't have to worry. At Subtle's Tree Care, we do it all. We help protect your trees from damage in high winds and storms, even tree and stump removal, land clearing, brush trimming. Let Subtle's Tree Care take a look at your property. If there's a tree that could be a problem, we'll let you know and take care of it before the problem happens. At Subtle's Tree Care, you get the best for less. Affordable, expert tree and brush trimming, cabling to reduce stress damage on your tree from high winds, weight from ice and snow, and heavy foliage. We aren't some gypsies from out of town. We're a licensed, insured, locally owned business, a family that's been taking care of your land for over 30 years. The great outdoors. It's beautiful. At Subtle's Tree Care, we can help you keep it that way. Visit SuttlesTreeCare.com and let's take care of your trees and property before there's a problem. Subtle's Tree Care. Get the best for less.
Every fan knows the advantages of playing on their home field. Hi, I'm Patrick McClure from McClure Bailey. Proud to be a lifelong resident of Danville and Bull County. Our firm can provide a variety of services to meet the legal needs of you and our community. We're all local attorneys. We understand the needs of the people from Danville and Bull County because we are people of Danville and Bull County. Call the hometown team of McClure Bailey at 236-8888. Now located at 426 South 4th Street, just south of downtown Danville. Go Ads, go Cats, and go Rebels. This is an advertisement.
Hey folks, this is Duke Owens, General Manager here at Cartown Kia in Nicholasville. You know, folks are complaining daily about supply chains and inventory. We don't have that problem. We have new Kias arriving daily. We have a great selection of Kias from Tellurides, Sorrentos, Sportages, Celtos, Souls, K5s, and Fortes. And remember, we have over 20 lenders that want to approve you. Come and see us here at Cartown Kia or look us up online at cartownkiausa.com.
While supplies last with approved credit, see dealer for details and availability.
You've done the research, invested the money, and bought a new vehicle. Don't stop there. Now protected with the Line-X bed liner and Value Guard undercoating. This is Tim with your locally owned Line-X of Danville at 935 Stanford Road. Stop by or call us at 859-209-4033 and ask how we can protect your new purchase.
This is a Hometown Radio Network information update. It's Bourbon Chase weekend in Kentucky, which means tomorrow night into Saturday morning, hundreds of runners will descend on this area as the 200-mile distance race comes right through here before runners finish in Lexington. The Danville Police Department has now released what roads and what times those roads will be closed. Those runners will cross Hughes Lane from Perryville Road and come into Danville using Lebanon Road from around 7 to 10:30 tomorrow night. Main Street's going to be blocked off between 2nd and 4th Street starting at 5 o'clock and going through 1 o'clock in the morning. From there, runners will go into Stanford and then circle back into Danville in the early morning hours, sometime between 2 o'clock and 5 o'clock in the morning. After that, they head towards Harrodsburg using the bypass. Danville Police reminds everyone to be patient and mindful of the runners that'll be around the city on Friday night and Saturday morning. The newly formed Danville-Boyle County Economic Development Corporation has announced Harold Nally to their staff as the Workforce Development Specialist. In that role, Nally will work with the Workforce Development Committee to assure that there is a diverse and talented workforce to fill employment opportunities in Danville and Boyle County. He will begin his role with the Danville-Boyle County Economic Development Corporation in October. Tuesday night was the second political forum of the year featuring district judge candidates Patrick Barsotti and Stacey Kuntz, and we'll have another forum broadcast Tuesday of next week. On October 4th, the UK Extension Office will be the host of a forum between candidates for Boyle County Magistrates Districts 1 and 2. District 1 candidates are Tom Ellis and Terry Hogue, while District 2 candidates are Paula Jean Bodner and Tina Lynn. You can hear that forum on 103.9 FM WHIR and hometownlive.net. It'll start Tuesday night at 7 o'clock. The state has reimbursed Mercer County for almost all of the work done on Oakland Lane. Mercer County Fiscal Court Judge Executive Scott Mosley said yesterday the state had sent Mercer County a check for $80,000, which is about 80% of the work that's been done on Oakland Lane. And speaking of road work, if you're heading to Lexington, watch out for road work on Nicholasville Road for the next 3 weekends. That work includes sidewalk and signal loop replacement and resurfacing. Motorists will still be able to pass through the work zones, but just use caution when you do. Reporting for the Hometown Radio Network, I'm Joe Mathis. Historic Main Street comes alive September 30th through October 2nd with Kentucky's largest Oktoberfest. It's bigger than ever with double the stages at this year's Oktoberfest in Harrodsburg, where you can catch 3 days of live concerts with everything from 80s hits, reggae, rock to soul, funk, and bluegrass. Indulge in over 20 beers on tap, local food, crafts, and Kinderland, a free family-friendly inflatable park. Admission is free. Visit OktoberfestHarrodsburg.com for full details. That's OktoberfestHarrodsburg.com.
This is Caraway and Adeline at Mattresses and More, next door to Ace Hardware on Houstonville Road in Danville. If you are looking for new furniture or bedding, stop by and check us out. New merchandise arriving weekly, and we sell off the floor. Come see our Nana for the best deal around. You'll be glad you did.
Mattresses and More than a mattress store, located in Danville. Phone 859-236-1646 and like them on Facebook at Mattresses and More.
The 11th year of the Zaxby's High School Football Preview Show is back Fridays from 6 o'clock until 7. Join us as we talk about the area matchups between our schools, Boyle County, Danville, Garrett County, Lincoln County, and Mercer County. We play high school fantasy football, and Mr. Packett is back for Packett's Picks. It's Central Kentucky's only pregame show, the Zaxby's High School Football Preview Show. Live Fridays from 6 o'clock until 7 on the Hometown Radio Network, 103.9 FM WHIR and 99.5 FM WHBN.
Local high school football at Hometown Radio Network.
This is Gary True, voice of the Mercer County Football Titans. Listen to every game on WHBN.
This is Scott Bowen, voice of the Garrett County Golden Lions. Hear the games on Z105.
This is Joe Mathis, voice of the Danville Football Admirals. Listen to every Admiral game on AM 1230 WHIR.
This is Steve Bertram inviting you to join us for Boyle County High School football on Z105.
All games streamed live at hometownlive.net.
This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by...
It's brought to you by our good friends hanging out over at Dexter and Reitmeyer Insurance and the Big Deals online store. Go to hometownlive.net, shop and save on gift certificates to local businesses at big-time discounts. Save up to 50% every day. The Big Deals online store, hometownlive.net. Sunshine, a high today of 68, low tonight 42. Sunday tomorrow, high of 71. On Football Friday, the Admirals are in action tomorrow. Boyle County is not. They're on bye. Saturday, sunny, then cloudy later. 65 is a high as you watch UK and Ole Miss and listen to that game on Z105. And Sunday, partly sunny and a high of 65. Hey, you got Bengals football today. You got the Bengals and the Dolphins. Tell you what, this Dolphins team looks pretty good. There are a lot of people who were hating on Tua Tagovailoa to begin this season. Didn't think he had an accurate enough arm, and certainly there were flashes of that last year. But Tua has been phenomenal. Jalen Waddle, Tyreek Hill, two phenomenal wide receivers. Going to be a tough game for the Bengals tonight, but a big one. As the defending Super Bowl runner-up, you never want to start off the year 0-2. They did that. They got back on the winning track last week. But now you play a really good team at home tonight. You're at home. But you'd hate to go to 1-3 through your first 4 games of the year, especially as the defending Super Bowl runner-up, a team that was in the biggest game last year. So we'll see if the Bengals can get to 2-2. I just feel like mentally there's a big difference between 2-2 and 1-3. Because when you're 2 games under 500, then you have to go at least 2 more weeks before you can even get back to 500. So we'll see what the Bengals can do tonight against the Dolphins on Thursday Night Football. It's 8:40 in the morning. Wedding Planning with Pim is coming your way right now. It's brought to you by Hometown Florist and Lancaster Florist and Gifts.
It's wedding season, and Hometown Florist and Lancaster Florist have teamed up to give the best price and most beautiful fresh flowers for your special day. Weddings, anniversaries, birthdays, and just because are a few of the occasions they specialize in. Hometown Florist, 4th Street in Danville, 859-236-4388, or Lancaster Florist on the Square, Lancaster, 859-792-9796, or find them on the web.
Or like them on Facebook at Hometown Florist and Lancaster Florist.
Hi, I'm Pim Stewart-Clark, and this is Wedding Planning with Pim. Planning a wedding can be like having another full-time job. How will you create the wedding of your dreams? Hire a professional planner? Ask your best friends and family to help? Do a lot of it on your own? Close your eyes and visualize. Do you see yourself getting married in a sanctuary, a big hotel, or a non-traditional venue like a loft or rooftop? A destination such as Mexico or Hawaii? In a park or a restaurant? Do you picture a traditional religious ceremony or a non-denominational one? Perhaps you fancy a personal, unique offbeat ceremony, or one that's simple, short, and sweet. For your bridal party, you may want all of your best friends, your siblings, his siblings, or just the people closest to you. Or maybe you don't need a bridal party. Pictures. You'll be immortalized in your wedding photos. What kind of album will you want to look at later? State of the art or the photojournalistic approach? Ah, the food. Are your dreams of a fabulous buffet, yummy delectables, or would you like to eat at your favorite restaurant? The kind of music you select will set the tone for your entire event. So do you prefer a live band, orchestra, DJ, or a friend playing a boombox? My love note for today: there are a multitude of questions asked and answered that will lead you towards your perfect wedding. Think them through now and save yourself a lot of time and effort.
If you have a small business, Staples has your sign.
Banners for my bakery?
Staples has your sign.
Oh, posters for my new pet store.
Floor decals for a pharmacy.
Every day, Staples associates help every kind of small business create bold signs to make big impressions. And now get $10 off custom signs, banners, and posters when you spend $50 or more. This is your sign, so print it big at Staples. Ends 10/1. Visit staplesconnect.com/thisisyoursign for details.
Wireless headphones. That'll be $200.
I'll use my Capital One Quicksilver card.
Now that's a hit. You used the Capital One Quicksilver card, which makes you the hero of every purchase. With Quicksilver, you earn unlimited 1.5% cash back on every purchase everywhere.
I wanted running music, but unlimited 1.5% cash back is pretty heroic.
Good instincts. Every hero needs a theme song. The Capital One Quicksilver card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
I always wanted to learn Spanish, but I never thought I'd have the time. Then I discovered Babbel.
Babbel's lessons are fun. They only take like 10 or 15 minutes, and in 3 weeks, presto, you're speaking another language. Like magic.
I love that Babbel's lessons aren't just robots talking. They're voiced by native speakers, so you get the pronunciation just right. And they're designed by real language teachers, so you learn how to have real-world conversations, things you'll actually use.
3 weeks. It's incredible. After 3 weeks, I'm on vacation in Paris, having a conversation in French.
There's all kinds of ways to learn. Use Babbel's podcasts or games or videos. You can even join live classes with a language teacher.
If you want to learn a language, there's no faster, easier, better way than
Babbel.
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 Babbel. Évidemment.
Go to Babbel.com to try for free. That's BABBEL.com. Babbel.com.
Hey folks, this is Duke Owens, General Manager here at Cartown Kia in Nicholasville. You know, folks are complaining daily about supply chains and inventory. We don't have that problem. We have new Kias arriving daily. We have a great selection of Kias from Tellurides, Sorrentos, Sportages, Celtos, Souls, K5s, and Fortes. And remember, we have over 20 lenders that want to approve you. Come and see us here at Cartown Kia or look us up online at cartownkiausa.com.
While supplies last with approved credit. See dealer for details and availability.
Time out for sports this weekend with
SportsMap Radio Network
on WHIR AM 1230.
And now, ways to tell if you're too old to go out trick-or-treating. Number 1, you keep finding bits of nougat in your beard. Number 2, you drive yourself from house to house to get candy in your own car. Number 3, you actually like it when people give you that weird hard candy in the strawberry wrapper because it's the same thing you give your grandson when he mows your lawn because you are an old lady. And number 4, your costume is Hugh Hefner, but people keep asking you if you're actually Hugh Hefner because you look old like Hugh Hefner. This has been How to Tell If You're Too Old to Go Trick-or-Treating.
There you go. There's the signs how you're too old to go trick-or-treating. Let's see what's going on in the world of food. A little Grub Gab action for you. Ladies and gentlemen, just eat it. Starting off with today being National Coffee Day. I talked about it just about 20 minutes ago, and a few big chains have free coffee deals today. We normally start with Starbucks, but a rep for the company says they don't have a deal this year. There are lots of other options, though. Dunkin' is giving Perks members a free medium coffee with any purchase. Krispy Kreme is giving away coffee and donuts. Anyone can show up and get a free coffee or iced coffee. Rewards members can get a free donut as well. Here locally, Burger King Rewards members can get a free iced coffee by ordering online. And Wendy's has a free small coffee deal with any mobile order on today being National Coffee Day. Baskin-Robbins introduces its newest flavor of the month in October. It is also its spiciest flavor ever with the spicy and spooky ice cream. So get this, the October 2022 flavor of the month combines white chocolate ghost pepper flavored ice cream with rich dark chocolate ice cream and spicy blood orange flakes. The cake is customizable with your favorite ice cream flavor, including made with Snickers or Reese's peanut butter cups, depending on your favorite Halloween candy. In addition to the new spicy and spooky ice cream, yes, featuring ghost pepper flakes, Baskin-Robbins is also celebrating the Halloween season with the arrival of the Trixie the Ghost Cake. The seasonal cake features a cobweb bow made out of decorated icing and fudge and whimsical ghostly features created with dark melting chocolate. Cool little cake, Trixie the Ghost Cake. And James the Gardener's in studio, and James and Dusty, I hope you're ready, because we got ourselves a new Oreo flavor we're going to have to try. And I just clicked off, I think I clicked off the screen. Wait a minute, let me click on it again. Starting October 17th, that's in a couple of weeks, Snickerdoodle Oreos will hit store shelves October 17th for the holiday season. The Oreos have Snickerdoodle cookies and cinnamon-flavored cream with red and green sugar crystals. Oreo releasing that October the 17th. Sounds good to me.
That's interesting.
Look forward to trying that out. Snickerdoodle Oreos, Baskin-Robbins Ghost Pepper Flakes, and National Coffee Day. That's what's going on in Grub Gab, the world of food. Just eat it. It's 8:48 in the morning. It's time for some gardening tips with James.
And now, for the next few minutes, the man with the jolly green thumb and the big straw hat is going to tell us where it's at. Gardening with James, that's the name. Growing good food, that's our aim. Working in our garden every day. Well, we might not be all that pretty, but we don't mind getting all dirty and gritty. Growing our food the natural way. Yes, we're gardening with James, the natural way. Let's dig it, James.
James the gardener.
What's going on, Jeff?
What's going on with James today?
Chilly morning.
Yes.
You know, we've had several of those, and you know, hopefully people have been you know, starting to put their nice plants inside because they're gonna, you know, get a frost one day, and whereas because it haven't had any freezing frost that I know of, at least in our area. But there's been several places that have had, you know, like 34, 32s. So, I mean, so those days are coming for us. And so like I said, go ahead and put those plants up. And my main tip, like I was telling Rick on our sister station, just clean up from your spring and your summer. Just clean your yard up, because if you clean it up now, that's less you have to worry about come springtime next year. Because the main idea about growing food and having a nice lawn is to clean up after it every year. That's just like when you're if you're at home and your kids are playing with toys and stuff. It's kind of nice if they clean it up, so this way you don't step on those jacks or Tonka toys or whatever. So kind of do the same thing with your yard. And like I said, and somewhere along the line, we'll probably have to maybe cut the grass one more time or maybe 2 more times. But a lot of this stuff is out of the way now. So now, like I say, now you start looking up around your house, make sure branches, if they need to be cut, start thinking about those kind of things. Like I say, if you've got young trees, and you wrap them every year, you may want to start thinking about which trees you need to wrap to try to keep them safe so they'll continue to grow over the winter. But, yeah, just tidy up and make life easy. So this way, during the holidays, you're not out there trying to, clean up because you got guests coming.
Gardening with James, Tuesdays and Thursdays here in the Joe Show at this time.
Yes, sir.
James, what year did you graduate from Danville?
I left in 1977.
77.
Yeah, but I didn't graduate from high school until '88 when I was in the military.
Okay, all right. So you were at Danville then, Danville High School in the mid-'70s.
Yeah.
So was Coach Cottrell there when you were there? Yes. Yeah. Sad news yesterday, hearing that he has passed away.
I heard about
it. And he actually lived down the street from us. From where me and Rebecca live. He actually literally 2 houses down. And he was always walking around the neighborhood and would wave at us when we walked by and things like that. Yeah. And I know Charlie, I guess, was in high school when Coach Cottrell was there as well. He was a phenomenal basketball coach.
Right.
And I had his wife, Mrs. Cottrell, as my teacher at Jenny Rogers.
Oh, okay.
So I had her, I think it was 2nd or 3rd grade. She was my teacher. And sad news there yesterday. I know many people recognize the name Coach Cottrell, Stick Cottrell.
Yeah.
And he passed away yesterday at the age of 88.
Because when I was in your neighborhood doing some stuff, he spoke to me. I guess it was like 2 or 3 years ago. And it took me way back. I said, I remember you back in the day. And he's, well, I lived down the street, and like I said, every now and then he'd pass me. To say hi and, try and see what I'm doing. Hey, you're pretty good at that stuff.
Yes,
I was like, well, I appreciate that.
Yeah. So sad news there yesterday. Again, at the age of 88, Coach Cottrell passed away. So hate to hear that, and prayers to his family.
That's right.
Hey, speaking of prayers to the people in Florida as well, I've been tracking this Hurricane Ian story. My brother is down in Florida. He is in Port St. Lucie. And he messaged us earlier this morning and said everything's okay. I don't think they even lost power there. That's not the case, though, for many Floridians.
Yeah.
As Hurricane Ian moved in. And the joke yesterday on social media, someone I know that lives in Florida said, things are bad when the Waffle House closes. And that's what people were saying. Floridians knew the situation was serious when 21 Waffle House locations closed. Waffle House notorious for staying open no matter what.
Yeah.
And once they started closing,
things are getting
maybe
bad.
You ought to get ready for this.
That's
right. Floridians down there, apparently about 2 million people in Florida were without power.
Yes.
In the Fort Myers area, 96% of homes do not have electricity in Fort Myers. Mm-hmm. The city was not able to respond to all the emergency calls coming in either. The mayor said people will just have to be patient. He added, quote, we did have evacuation orders.
Yes.
They chose not to follow them. This is part of what comes with that.
Yeah.
I know you and Rick were talking about this, but on social media yesterday, I saw a video of the water surge in Fort Myers was covering a road.
Yeah.
And it was so much water, there was a shark swimming in the water on the road where a road was in Fort Myers, Florida.
That's scary.
There's just a shark swimming around. Another video I saw yesterday had a big walrus just walking down a sidewalk in Florida.
Yeah.
Just doing his thing, his walrus thing. He was washed up, just walking down a sidewalk. And, of course, walruses breathe air anyway. They're not underwater creatures, so he was okay with it.
Yeah, he was good. Yeah.
But he was just washed up in someone's front yard. There's a walrus sitting there.
Well, it's a wonder if there isn't alligators and snakes out there.
Yeah, maybe so.
Because, you're right there.
You got some of the swampland there in Florida.
You do. Mm-hmm. And so you got a lot to worry about.
Weather Channel Hurricane nut Jim Cantor got hit by a flying tree branch while he was reporting. He also got angry at some lightning. And a guy got blown into one of his live shots at one point. So he's just there reporting. He's doing his best to even stand up in the wind. Here's some guy just blows into his live shot.
Wow.
Just part of it. Apparently, the thing now with reporters is that they're using condoms to protect their microphones.
Yeah.
So there's a picture of a guy who has a condom over his microphone
to
protect it from the rain.
Yeah, the moisture getting down in it.
Yeah, and another thing that's popular with weather reporters now, if they're out live in storms, is they begin now to wear baseball helmets, which makes sense.
Yeah,
stuff flying around. You can't watch stuff flying in your head if you're trying to look at a camera and report, so... Yeah. You're just going to have to deal with me wearing a baseball helmet on camera.
Well, that's probably the safest thing they can do. Right? That's right.
Let's see. Tampa Bay... The Tampa PD posted a video of a traffic light crashing to the road. And if you need a break from seriousness, you can go to boardpanda.com. That's the website. Boardpanda.com. They put together a collection of Hurricane Ian memes. As Hurricane Ian has made its way there into Florida and is going to begin making its way north now. Now, obviously, it's going to die down because it's not over the water anymore.
Right.
But we may see some rain, some remnants of that at some point over the weekend.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Because usually when they, have hurricanes, it usually makes, rain makes it to Kentucky.
Yeah.
Which is, I ain't mad because we definitely need some rain.
We do need some rain.
Yeah, bad.
I think eastern Kentucky, if I remember correctly, is more at threat from getting that rain from Hurricane Ian. You look at our forecast, Saturday's just a 40% chance of rain, Sunday 30% chance. So there's a better chance we don't see rain than we do see rain.
Yeah.
Hey, I want to tell you about this new breakfast game we play with Wendy's every morning. Wendy's BreakfastMatchingGame.com is the website.
Okay.
Wendy's BreakfastMatchingGame.com. And when you get on there and you play along with us, you'll have a game board that pops up on your screen. Your game board will be completely different from anybody else's.
Okay.
And if you match 3 of the same Wendy's items at any point in the week, you win free breakfast for a year. It's exactly what I did 2 weeks ago. Okay. It required no skill on my part, James. In fact, I was driving home from a football game Friday night, a couple of Fridays ago, and I was looking at my email, checked my email, and I saw that it said, you have won. So I clicked on the email, and it said, congratulations, you matched 3 tiles in a row.
Okay.
Not even in a row. It didn't have to be in a row. It's a matching game. So you just matched 3 tiles. Congratulations, you win free breakfast for a year. Oh. And that's how I found out I won free breakfast for a year. So it requires no skill.
Right.
And the only effort you have to put in is literally going to the website, Wendy'sBreakfastMatchingGame.com, and see if you can win yourself free Wendy's breakfast for a year. They also have instant offers that you can get on your game board. I won again last week. I won a free coffee or a free Frosty Chino with a breakfast order. So I'm 2 for 2. This game's been going on for 2 weeks.
Wow.
I've won twice. I'm going to see if I can win again and make it 3 for 3 this week.
All right.
It's easy to play. Wendy's BreakfastMatchingGame.com. It's 8:57 in the morning, coming up at the 9 o'clock hour. Farmers National Bank will be on here. We've got Adam Hopkins who will be in studio with us on the Joe Show in about 10 minutes on WHIR Danville.
I always wanted to learn Spanish, but I never thought I'd have the time. Then I discovered Babbel.
Babbel's lessons are fun. They only take like 10 or 15 minutes, and in 3 weeks, presto, you're speaking another language. Like magic.
I love that Babbel's lessons aren't just robots talking. They're voiced by native speakers, so you get the pronunciation just right. And they're designed by real language teachers, so you learn how to have real-world conversations, things you'll actually use.
3 weeks. It's incredible. After 3 weeks, I'm on vacation in Paris, having a conversation in French.
There's all kinds of ways to learn. Use Babbel's podcasts or games or videos. You can even join live classes with a language teacher.
If you want to learn a language, there's no faster, easier, better way than
Babbel.
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 Babbel. Évidemment.
Go to Babbel.com to try for free. That's BABBEL.com. Babbel.com.
Hello, Central Kentucky. I'm Steve Bertram with sports.
Brothers Auctioneers, we're selling the country. Announcing the absolute online-only auction of a house, barns, and 3.57 acres, truck and personal property located at 1255 Hogue Hollow Road, Junction City, with bidding ending Thursday, September the 29th at 6 p.m. on FourBrothersInc.com. This house has 2 bedrooms, 1 bath, eat-in kitchen and living room combo, bonus room, fireplace, attached closed-in porch, and front deck. Outside buildings include a tobacco barn, stock barn, stripping room, run-in shed, and storage building. Good blacktop drive with new bridge from the road. All situated on 3.57 2.57 acres by deed. Personal property includes a 1997 Ford F-250 pickup showing 223,569 miles and a host of other household items just too numerous to mention. For preview dates, to bid, or for more information, log on to FordBrothersInc.com or call 800-435-5454.
Ford Brothers Auctioneers, we're selling the country.
This is the talk of the town, AM 1230, and now on FM 103.9, WHIR Danville, powered by Kentucky WiMAX.
It's 9 o'clock.
Use a food thermometer to ensure ground beef is 160 degrees, or you can make people really sick. Sandy didn't think twice about the slider she ate until the yoga class with a nasty case of food poisoning turned her...
All right, enough of that. Same exact thing happened at the same exact time yesterday.
Right.
And I mentioned operator error, but guess what?
It wasn't you.
Not this operator making the error. I make plenty of them throughout the show.
Right.
You don't have to listen long to hear this operator make an error, but that time,
I had nothing.
I am
to
in
do
the
with
clear.
that. That's right.
Yeah, so I tell you what, let's go back. We do have some local commercials that we'll play, and we'll play those and see if we can get some sort of local news after that.
Suttles Tree Care, located in Harrodsburg, specializes in tree removal, tree trimming, shaping, stump removal, anything you need for your trees. Suttles Tree Care can be there for you. Suttles Tree Care does residential and commercial lots too. When unexpected storms happen, Suttles Tree Care will be there to help. Suttles Tree Care is over 30 years experience, licensed, bonded, and insured. Contact Suttles Tree Care right now to schedule your free estimate at 325-3727 or 612-2445. No tree is too big or small for Suttles Tree Care.
You need a stopper at the new Papa's Quick Stop for some knickknacks, gas and snacks, breakfast, lunch, and fried chicken with a bone. Papa's Quick Stop has a loyalty program, fast way to earn on every purchase you make. A swipe of your card is all it takes. Come see what they've done to the new place at Papa's Quick Stop. Come try their great breakfast, lunch specials, fried chicken, Hunt's Brother Pizza, and save on all your gas, snacks, beer, and much, much more. Hey, Papa, can you stop at the Quick Stop in Danville, across from the fairgrounds, formerly known as Hill of Beans?
The great folks with Bluegrass Biomedical and Bluegrass IT Services here in Danville are proud of our U.S. men and women in uniform. We thank you and your families for the sacrifices you've made to defend our freedom and freedom worldwide.
Smart businesses are always looking for ways to improve. Better work days can start with Cintas. Your dedicated Cintas service reps help make sure you have what you need when you need it. We'll stock your essential cleaning products, deliver hygienically clean workwear, inspect your fire extinguishers, and provide first aid and safety supplies. Cintas is with you every step of the way, so you stay a step ahead. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
That's the sound of a crack in the ceiling found at a home inspection. But with a Realtor by your side, a newfound leak might only cause minor worries. With their expertise, a Realtor can suggest a credit at closing and even connect you to a contractor to help you shore up that leak and alleviate your worries. When it comes to cracks in your plans, the expertise of a Realtor can make all the difference. The difference between an agent and a Realtor is real. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. That's who we are.
The NAACP is urging there to be a civil rights probe into Jackson, Mississippi's water crisis. The organization filed a 25-page complaint to the EPA requesting they investigate the use of federal funds related to drinking water in Jackson and also to seek a solution. The letter accuses Mississippi of discriminating against the city of Jackson, which is over 80% black, by diverting federal funds allocated toward ensuring safe drinking water for its citizens. Action movie star and former California Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger visited the site of the Auschwitz Nazi death camp Wednesday in what he called a message against hatred.
It's all over the world. There's still prejudice, so we just have to make sure that we educate the people and just show them what is the outcome of this prejudice and this hatred.
Schwarzenegger visited the barracks, watchtowers, and remains of gas chambers of the sprawling camp where Nazi Germany murdered more than 1 million Jews and others during World War II. The 75-year-old Schwarzenegger and Auschwitz Foundation chairman Simon Bergson talked about their family's history. Both men were born after the war, Bergson to Auschwitz survivors and Schwarzenegger to a father who served in the Nazi German army. Bergson said he and Schwarzenegger are living proof that within one generation, hatred can can be shifted entirely. A new Peacock docu-series is exploring the dark side of the popular children's cartoon Barney and Friends. Mark Mayfield explains.
I love you, you love me. We're a happy family with a great big hug and a kiss from me to you.
The trailer for the two-part docuseries I Love You, You Hate Me was released Wednesday with Bill Nye the Science Guy, NBC's Al Roker, and others speaking on how the world turned against the purple dinosaur.
Michael Kastner, NBC News Radio.
Turn up your radio. Here's the Sean Hannity Morning Minute.
He's speaking, and he asked if is Representative Jackie Walorski in attendance.
And I want to thank all of you here for including bipartisan elected officials like Representative Governor, Senator Braun, Senator Booker, Representative Jackie. Are you here? Where's Jackie? I didn't think she was going to be here to help make this a reality.
Jackie Walorski is dead. She died, sadly, back in August in a car accident. He'd forgotten. I can't handle it. I really can't. But that's your Joe Biden. That's the American president.
Check out the Sean Hannity radio show later today, right here.
You know, there's something about fall that makes me want my house to feel more like a home, and that's why my fall project is new custom window treatments, from our friends at Blinds.com. Now, a fall home refresh doesn't need to be a hassle, and Blinds.com offers the premium selection of blinds, shades, shutters, drapes, and it's so affordable, and shipping is always free. Just go to Blinds.com right now, save up to 40% off site-wide. Now through October the 4th, all shutters are 40% off from our friends at Blinds.com. Rules and restrictions may apply.
34 of their shipmates were killed, and they were ordered to remain silent. JusticeForLiberty.org.
The motor torpedo boats did strafe our ship, shooting our life rafts.
As a matter of fact, they committed some war crimes. That was no accident. The United States-Israeli relationship is based on fabrication and lies. We've had too many wars because of Israel in the Middle East.
Please visit JusticeForLiberty.org and contribute whatever you can. Paid for by If Americans Knew.
I always wanted to learn Spanish, but I never thought I'd have the time. Then I discovered Babbel.
Babbel's lessons are fun. They only take like 10 or 15 minutes, and in 3 weeks, presto, you're speaking another language. Like magic.
I love that Babbel's lessons aren't just robots talking. They're voiced by native speakers, so you get the pronunciation just right. And they're designed by real language teachers, so you learn how to have real-world conversations, things you'll actually use.
3 weeks. It's incredible. After 3 weeks, I'm on vacation in Paris, having a conversation in French.
There's all kinds of ways to learn. Use Babbel's podcasts or games or videos. You can even join live classes with a language teacher.
If you want to learn a language, there's no faster, easier, better way than
Babbel.
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 Babbel. Évidemment.
Go to Babbel.com to try for free. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
Good morning to you. It's Thursday. It's the 29th day of September. It's 48 degrees. Right now, we're talking with Farmers National Bank and Adam Hopkins coming up after our local news.
This is a Hometown Radio Network information update.
It's Bourbon Chase weekend in Kentucky, which means tomorrow night into Saturday morning, hundreds of runners will descend on this area as the 200-mile distance race comes right through here before runners finish in Lexington. The Danville Police Department has now released what roads and what times those roads will be closed. Those runners will cross Hughes Lane from Perryville Road and come into Danville using Lebanon Road from around 7 to 10:30 tomorrow night. Main Street's going to be blocked off between 2nd and 4th Street starting at 5 o'clock and going through 1 o'clock in the morning. From there, runners will go into Stanford and then circle back into Danville in the early morning hours, sometime between 2 o'clock and 5 o'clock in the morning. After that, they head towards Harrodsburg using the bypass. Danville Police reminds everyone to be patient and mindful of the runners that'll be around the city on Friday night and Saturday morning. The newly formed Danville Boyle County Economic Development Corporation has announced Harold Nally to their staff as the Workforce Development Specialist. In that role, Nally will work with the Workforce Development Committee to assure that there is a diverse and talented workforce to fill employment opportunities in Danville and Boyle County. He will begin his role with the Danville Boyle County Economic Development Corporation in October. Tuesday night was the second political forum of the year, featuring district judge candidates Patrick Barsotti and Stacey Kuntz, and we'll have another forum broadcast Tuesday of next week. On October 4th, the UK Extension Office will be the host of a forum between candidates for Boyle County Magistrates Districts 1 and 2. District 1 candidates are Tom Ellis and Terry Hogue, while District 2 candidates are Paula Jean Bodner and Tina Lynn. You can hear that forum on 103.9 FM WHIR and HometownLive.net. It'll start Tuesday night at 7 o'clock. The state has reimbursed Mercer County for almost all of the work done on Oakland Lane. Mercer County Fiscal Court Judge Executive Scott Mosley said yesterday the state had sent Mercer County a check for $80,000, which is about 80% of the work that's been done on Oakland Lane. And speaking of road work, if you're heading to Lexington, watch out for road work on Nicholasville Road for the next 3 weekends. That work includes sidewalk and signal loop replacement and resurfacing. Motorists will still be able to pass through the work zones, but just use caution when you do. Reporting for the Hometown Radio Network, I'm Joe Mathis.
This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by...
Well, thank you, Rebecca. Brought to you by ADA Heating and Air. Trust ADA to be there when you need them the most. ADA is on the way. Call them 859-519-6382, and that's how you get in touch with ADA Heating and Air. Sunshine on this Thursday morning and afternoon, and today's high is 68, a low tonight 42. Sunshine tomorrow, high of 71. Saturday, mostly cloudy, 65. Sunday, partly sunny, 65. We're in that unique time of year where if you get up early enough in the morning, you got to turn your heat on in your vehicle, but when you leave work in the afternoon, you smother to death when the heat's on because your car's been sitting out in the sun all afternoon. So that's the type of year that we're in right now. It's 9:11 in the morning, and we have got Adam Hopkins from Farmers National Bank in studio with us this morning, and we welcome Adam onto the show. Good morning, Adam. How are you?
Good morning, Joe. Great to be here. We're doing great. It's like you said, it's a great morning. I love this weather.
This is it. Fall weather. You get football now Thursdays through Mondays with Monday Night Football, and so you get the crisp coolness of the air. You've got coffee, so you come in drinking coffee, so it's the perfect time of year for all that.
Yes, I love it.
And speaking of, next month, October, just a couple of days away from that, is Cybersecurity Month. Is that right?
Cybersecurity Awareness Month.
Awareness Month, okay.
Which is the awareness piece is kind of the critical thing there, is that we spend a lot of time making sure that our customers are well informed throughout the year, but we like to place special emphasis in the month of October. There's lots of resources just to highlight a lot of the things that are out there as far as protecting yourself from scams and compromises. Most of the time we think of compromises, you think of big companies, but individuals have this kind of thing happen to them on a regular basis as well. It just doesn't make the headlines the way it does with a large company.
So tell us, Adam, what your role is at Farmers National Bank.
I'm the Chief Security Officer there, manage the physical security and also the information security, cyber protection type stuff there, and spend a lot of time working in with our fraud people as well. Throw out the name Jennifer Cochran, who works in our fraud area that helps support a lot of people. That really fraud bleeds over into now cyber protection and scams and those kinds of things. So it's really we really have a team effort when it comes to trying to protect our customers. And like I said, we've talked about here, last year, we want to protect the community as well. So anytime that anyone has a question, they can call our call center, say, I know I'm not a customer, but I have this thing. Can you help me out? And we've got stuff on our website that you don't have to be a customer of ours to be able to access, to be able to educate yourselves around these kinds of things. So
I'm a Farmers National Bank customer, and you all do a great job with the customer service aspect. There have been times where, I've lost my card or misplaced my card. One time I was in a panic because I knew my card was in my wallet, and suddenly my card was gone. I called the last gas station I was at. No, sir, we don't have your card here. Rebecca, my wife, walks in and says, let's just relax. Rayleigh, looked at my 3-year-old daughter. Rayleigh, do you know where Daddy's card is? Yes. Where is Daddy's card? I thought she was just being a 3-year-old just answering yes because Mommy asked her a question. She went into her room in her toy chest and dug through a couple of toys and pulled out my Farmers National Bank card. So you never know where that card may be, but, in that moment of panic where you don't know where it is, or even worse, when you look at your account and there's a charge on there that you didn't charge, in that moment of panic, you all do a great job in being there and letting people know, hey, look, we're going to do what we can to make sure this charge is disputed. We're going to get you a new car. We're going to close your account down, whatever you all need to do from that aspect, and you do a great job with that.
Well, thank you.
Yes.
And I would like to put, a big emphasis on, we'd like to say that we're your lifetime bank. And being able to start with 3-year-olds is a great way.
Yes. Yeah, I actually, last time I was in there last week, I went in there and I asked one of the tellers at the East Main branch location, what's the minimum to start up an account? And I think she told me $50 or whatever. And I said, I've got a son who's 5, and he gets birthday money, and I don't know, we've got it, but it needs to be an account. It's some kind of drawing interest. There's no point in him just holding on to it. So, when you talk about a lifetime bank, you all are certainly there through every stage. It's interesting that you come in today and talk about this, Adam, because I was telling you all off the air yesterday, Perryville Police posted on their Facebook page that they're receiving complaints from a number of citizens there in Perryville that they're getting calls from scammers. The ID says it's a local number. The scammers claim to be with a fraud department from a bank. And they tell them they have the last 4 digits of their debit or credit card, and then they instruct the person to go out to a store to buy a gift card like Target, Amazon. Then they instruct you to call them when you have the cards, and the scammers are going to warn you that your cell phone and computers have been compromised and all that. And that's just one of the many scams people are dealing with now.
Yeah, the thing that a scammer wants to do is create fear in that scenario, and they're going to want to give you just enough information to make themselves sound credible. But I will go ahead and make this blanket statement. If anyone asks you to buy a gift card so that you can pay off anything over the phone with someone, then it is a scam.
Yeah.
It is most definitely, a lot of times we'll have situations where they'll say they're from Microsoft, but they'll go tell you to buy an Apple gift card, which makes no sense.
That'd be like McDonald's telling you to go buy a Burger King gift card.
Exactly. We know that a lot of our businesses in the community that sell gift cards now have procedures in place that if you go in and want to buy a large amount or multiple gift cards, they'll ask you what that's for, ask you if it's related to something for payoff that may be scam related. Use those people to ask them a question. If they ask you, is this for a scam, or have you been contacted by someone that could potentially be threatening you to pay anything off, then please say yes. This is what it's for. Do you think this is a scam?
Yeah.
One of the keys to that anecdote that you were saying that your mom contacts you and says, is this legit? Is this a scam? Should I be worried about this? And you're like, no. No matter how many times someone asks you, do you think this is a scam? The fact that they're asking you about it is the way to break that cycle of people being taken advantage of.
Yeah.
And so it's the way that that you do it. If anyone has a situation where they are caught up in a scam, one of the things that the scam artist will tell them is you cannot tell anyone about this. If they say they're from the Secret Service, if they say they're from the FBI, if they say they're from local, or whatever law enforcement, but you can't tell anyone about this, then it's a scam.
Yeah.
So, always talk to someone about it and say, does this make sense to you? Hey, I've been contacted regarding this. Does this make sense? Is this suspicious?
Yeah.
Just find somebody you trust. If it's someone at your local financial institution, talk to them about it. If it's somebody in your Sunday school class, anybody that you've got contact with that that you feel that you can trust, then they may not be an expert, but somebody from the outside looking in that's not being affected by it can a lot of times give some good counseling in those situations.
Adam, how many calls do you think you all get on a daily or even a weekly basis? Could you even put a number on it? Do you get calls every day from people who are concerned about scams or think they're being scammed? Is this something you all deal with frequently at Farmers National Bank, or where your customers are trying to get scammed by people?
I'm just going to go ahead and I'm not going to couch it in numbers because it's going to be we never get enough.
Yeah.
Because
of how many scams there are.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And the problem is that we end up in a situation of we see the result of the scam. We see the aftermath of what the scam results in is, after it's been going on for, days, weeks, sometimes even months. I mean, the people that are trying to take advantage of others will sometimes build relationships, with people that are kind of in need of regular contact. They may be homebound, more so than they used to be. They don't get out, and the phone rings, and they're happy that somebody called. Oh, well, that's a 606 number. That must, they're in their area code. Or if it's a they'll say it's a 346 or a 355. It must be in, Lincoln County. So, they must be local. This must be, important. And, that the scam artists have a large computer that's going out and just randomly dialing and ascribing numbers to their caller IDs to make it look like they're from anywhere that they want to.
Yeah.
So.
What kind of scams are you seeing? What's some of the more popular ones that you all see people are either falling for? Hopefully they're not falling for, but they're getting these types of calls. What's some of the popular ones?
Well, the ones that I've been told to mention today was, most definitely the romance scams. The romance scams are still, pretty hot and heavy. We have situations where, we've had someone actually sell their home and leave the state and get ready to travel to another country to get married because this person that was on the other end of their contact through Facebook had told them that they're going to move them out to Europe, and then that person found themselves destitute, penniless, and working a job in the Southwest trying to make ends meet because she had given all of her money to this person.
Wow.
And, it's the home, and she sold at the height of the market as far as for home. So she had a nice chunk of change that she was, that she was committing to what she thought was a relationship. And, we still see those things on a pretty regular basis. And we as a bank, if we see these kinds of things happening, we will reach out to these folks. And the ironic part is that a lot of times they don't get the pit, in their stomach that go, oh my goodness, I've messed up, until after they've sent the money. Mm-hmm. And then they're like, oh, I want it back. It's like, having a $100 bill that blows away in the wind, and you're like trying to grab it and you can't. That's what happens when you move money sometimes electronically. When it's gone, if somebody's waiting on the other side, then it's gone.
Yeah.
And we mentioned earlier, what I was calling a sympathy scam, where someone builds a relationship with someone that's been affected by tragedy in their lives, and the scam artist will then say that, well, they've got things going on, such as their children are sick or their child is sick, and they need money to be able to provide treatments for them, and they'll ask them to send money that way. And we're looking in the tens and tens of thousands of dollars that people are affected by this. They lose that money. They can't say no, given past experiences that have occurred in their lives. And whenever that happens, it really makes it tough because it pulls at their heartstrings.
Yes.
And, those are the kind of things, when you think of someone doing that to a family member of yours and you have no idea that it's going on until it's too late, then it really breaks your heart. It makes you angry as well.
Well, what kind of things do you all have in place at Farmers National Bank to protect people from scams, like alerts being sent out if a certain amount of cash has been spent, or if the card swiped for a certain amount of money, or if it seems to be a questionable charge, it's something spent somewhere overseas when the people live here in Danville or live in Stanford or live in Harrodsburg? What kind of things do you all have in place?
Well, we have, especially on our debit cards that we offer, we have fraud monitoring that occurs 24/7. 24 hours a day. It's looking at your transactions. It's looking at your location, and when you couple that with our card apps that we have, that is able to monitor your transactions and say, so if you enroll in the card monitoring piece that's built into our online banking app on like iPhones and Android, when you do a transaction, it will show up. When you don't do a transaction and someone else is doing it, because of a stolen number, that will show up. You can turn your card on and off, and it's we have those protections in place to be able to, get your money back to you. But let's be honest, nobody even likes to go through that trouble of that. We have notify alerts. If you have our online banking product, you can set up that if there's a new biller that is set up, it will notify you. So it's like if somebody's compromised your account, it will send an alert to you that something that they have. If your email address has changed, all these things that go into the process of being scammed or being have fraud on your account, we have protections in place to make sure that but you got to use them.
Yes,
it's it's kind of like
they're offered. You got to make sure that you use what's offered.
It's kind of like buying weights. In New Year's Day, you buy a weight set and then you sit there and watch it. It's like looking at it ain't going to help you.
No, you're not going to lose that weight looking at it.
Yeah, you don't end up like this with hard work.
We're with Adam Hopkins from Farmers National Bank, and again, October is Cybersecurity Awareness Month, and Farmers just does a phenomenal job in making sure they're doing whatever they can to keep your money protected. Adam, if people have any questions about security measures, about scams, what's the best resource they can go to get answers?
Well, one of the things you can do is go to our website, fnbky.com, like in farmersnationalbankkentucky.com. So fnbky.com, or you can call our main line at 859-236-2926, and you can speak to someone in our call center. And if you want to, you can ask for Adam Hopkins to say that I've got questions about a scam. You can ask for Adam Hopkins. You can ask for Jennifer Cochran. Both of us would be able to assist you in that, and my direct line is 859-238-0645. You can call, and if I'm not available, leave a message, and I'll get back with you. Because we want to be there. Customer, non-customer, it doesn't matter. These kind of things. We all have family, and we all want to see. We would hope that someone else would do that for us as well.
Yeah.
So.
Again, I've told the story before. Early on in the pandemic, I checked my account, and I want to say I got a text message from you all or an email or something, but I checked my account and it said there was a charge in Italy. I mean, we're talking like April of 2020 when the pandemic just happened 3 weeks ago. Like, obviously, I was not in Italy. And so I called the Farmers National Bank number, and they said, yes, there's a charge in Italy or whatever it may be. This is, you're saying it's a fraudulent charge. Yes, I am. So they canceled my debit card and all that and sent me another one, and I think refunded the money too, I guess, as a part of it. So you all do a great job. And one of the great things about you all, Farmers National Bank, being locally operated, is, like the people who work behind the desk, the tellers. I mean, these are people you go to church with, you go to the grocery store with, you go, your son's in Little League games with their son or their daughter, and so, like, they know who you are. So they'll know if something's kind of up. Like, they recognize me when I walk in. Hey, Joe, what's going on? Hey, how are you? Right? So if somebody comes in and says, hey, I'm Joe Mathis, I need to withdraw all my money, they're going to know, no, you're not Joe, because I know who Joe is. I see him every 2 weeks or whatever it may be.
Oh, yeah, and the ability for us to, I mean, you're saying not just, we don't just recognize faces, we recognize personalities.
That's true, yeah. If someone walks in and is acting differently.
We've had situations where we had an elderly woman come in and was totally acting against her normal personality, her normal demeanor, and come to find out she had someone listening to her in her purse that had threatened to send law enforcement to lock her up if she told anyone what was going on. She went from being this great, big personality to speaking very softly, saying, I can't tell you anything. So they started writing notes to one another. And that's one of the ones that makes me the most angry, is that you've got a situation where this little old lady is getting ready to lose the money that she lives on, and someone's, pressuring her and threatening her. And so they passed the notes back and forth. They were able to talk her into say, you are okay, terminate the call, everything will be fine.
Yeah.
And those are those happy endings. Those are those stories where, like, if she was going to somewhere that they didn't understand what her demeanor and her personality, that may not have noticed the situation that was occurring.
Yeah. Last question, Adam. For those who are victims of scams, and this is, obviously the end of the story that we hope it doesn't end this way, but for some people it does. Those who are victim of scams and they realize what's happened, and now they're embarrassed about it, right? They've been scammed out of whatever large amount of money it is. What's the most important thing for them to do, those who have been scammed?
They, regardless of who your relationship is with, especially financially, especially if it's done through financial services, let that bank or financial institution know as soon as possible. There are possibilities that you can recover funds. Sometimes scams are perpetuated at other institutions, and they recognize at other institutions that account is a scam account. So sometimes they won't even release funds out of that account. So sometimes if we do it speedily, we can recover those funds. We can definitely, if it's done via debit cards, those funds, those things will be, for our retail customers, they will be refunded to those customers if they find them and report them. We can't do anything about it if we don't know about it.
Yeah.
And then we can, depending on the situation, we may report to law enforcement. We may report depending on the situation as a result. But also, sometimes, we like to think of scams happening somewhere else. A lot of times scams happen and fraud happens just with our own family members. You can have brothers, sisters, cousins, grandchildren, or children that will steal money from their loved ones, and those kind of things are hard to identify. But when it is, those need to be passed on as well. So scams can happen far away, and they can happen right at home.
Adam Hopkins with Farmers National Bank. If I would like to say something about the bank app, every time I check it, there's not enough money in my account. What can I do about that? I'd like some more zeros at the end of where it says checking account. What do I need to do about that?
Well, we have a great loan department that would be able to provide, maybe a home equity line of credit.
Yes.
To give you access to some of those funds that you're as you say, that you're looking to increase.
Yeah.
That's those are always options. I can put you in contact with a great loan officer.
Great.
For that.
Thank you. Farmers National Bank, Adam Hopkins in studio. And again, October is Cybersecurity Awareness Month, and Farmers National Bank does a great job in keeping your funds and your profile and everything that goes along with your accounts, checking, savings, as safe as it can be. And great tips from Adam today. Go to fnbky.com for more information, or give Adam a call. What's the number again?
Is 859-238-0645.
238-0645, and talk with Adam and the security staff there at Farmers National Bank with any questions related to security or scams. Adam, appreciate you being on. Hope you have a great day.
Appreciate it.
Absolutely. 9:32 in the morning. We'll step aside, come back, and Tabitha Teague from Morning Point Senior Living Center and the Lantern Alzheimer's Care Unit will round out our Thursday morning edition of The Joe Show right here on 103.9 FM WHIR Danville. Having ourselves a nice breakfast at Wendy's. Wendy'sBreakfastMatchingGame.com is the website. I've already won multiple times on here. It requires no effort whatsoever. Just go to the website, Wendy'sBreakfastMatchingGame.com. Register to play, and when you do, a game board's going to pop up on your screen. If at any point during the week you match 3 of the same breakfast items on your game board, you win free breakfast for a year. It's that simple, with over 1,000 winners of free breakfast for a year, plus one ultimate grand prize winner, $1,000 in Wendy's gift cards. How do you do that? Wendy'sBreakfastMatchingGame.com. No purchase is necessary, but Wendy's would love to have you stop by and grab a breakfast item off their menu for breakfast, like the Breakfast Baconator or the Hot Honey Chicken Biscuit or the Bacon Egg and Swiss Croissant. Wendy's right here in Danville, in Harrodsburg, and in Stanford. They're all participating in this at Wendy'sBreakfastMatchingGame.com. It's Wendy'sBreakfastMatchingGame.com. Tell them you heard it this morning on The Joe Show on WHIR.
Untangling your headphones, finding the right remote, saying goodbye to your favorite shirt that hasn't fit in 10 years. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with Auto Owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who live in your community and answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like finding a new favorite shirt. That's simple human sense.
Ask Dexter and Reitmeyer Insurance Agency in Danville if Auto Owners makes sense for you. Call me, Mark Dexter, or Chris Reitmeyer.
Farmers National Bank has been helping local businesses since 1879. We offer checking accounts to fit your business's needs. Farmers National Bank accounts have many free services, and we can help your business save money and grow. Call us at 866-888-0220 and ask for Blake Mason, who can give you a free review. Farmers National Bank, your lifetime bank. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Hi, this is Jenny Holland, owner of the Danville Nutrition Center. At the Nutrition Center, our commitment to quality and integrity guides every aspect of our business. You can trust our Nutrigold line of certified clean, organic, whole food vitamins such as plant-based vitamins D3, C Gold, Zinc Gold for your immune system. Nutrigold vitamins will be on sale every day to help you and your family stay healthy. We are located on 4th Street next to Sears. Danville Nutrition Center, big enough to serve, small enough to care.
Hello?
Guess who went out last night?
You went out last night?
Well, I got hot and worked up, but I'm not the one who went out. It was my air conditioner.
I know just the person for you to see. Hensley's Heating and Air.
Hensley's Heating and Air?
Yes, give them a call right now.
What's the number?
859-336-3965. 336-3965.
Hensley's Heating and Air. Quick, timely service. 859-336-3965.
The Hometown Radio Network sports broadcast schedule brought to you by Monticello Bank. High school football Friday night. Danville is at Bullitt East, 7:30 kickoff. A game you'll have on 103.9 FM WHIR. Garrett County's at McCurry Central, 7:30 kickoff on hometownlive.net. And Mercer County at Western Hills, 7:30 kickoff on 99.5 FM WHBN. Saturday, the Cats are at Ole Miss. That's a 12 noon kickoff, 10 o'clock pregame on Z105. And all games live online at hometownlive.net.
Hello?
Hi, Miss Stevenson. Is your air conditioner running?
Why, yes. Thanks to Hensley's Heating and Air, my air conditioner is running great, and I've had no more problems with it.
Hensley's Heating and Air is your local source for HVAC service, so that means timely work completion and neighbors you can trust. Hensley's Heating and Air is locally owned with experienced and certified technicians to get the job done right every time. Hensley's Heating and Air, local, quick, timely service. 859-336-3965.
The Hometown Radio Network sports broadcast schedule brought to you by Monticello Bank. High school football Friday night. Danville is at Bullitt East, 7:30 kickoff. A game you'll have on 103.9 FM WHIR. Garrett County's at McCurry Central, 7:30 kickoff on hometownlive.net. And Mercer County at Western Hills, 7:30 kickoff on 99.5 FM WHBN. Saturday, the Cats are at Ole Miss. That's a 12 noon kickoff, 10 o'clock pregame on Z105. And all games live online at hometownlive.net.
Need a rapid test for COVID-19, strep, or flu? Come to Real Health Primary Care in Danville. Walk-ins are welcome. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 4:30 in the Southland Plaza, 975 Houstonville Road. Same-day appointments. Call 209-2331. 209-2331.
Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if a prescription is appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for full details and important safety information. Subscription required. Refund available for 60 days after purchase.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same but is 90% cheaper? And you can get it online? Just go to 4hims.com/joy. At Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation, discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and trusted generic alternatives to the biggest brands at 90% off. That's right, get generic for Viagra, the same active ingredient as brand name Viagra, but 90% cheaper. It's the same medication you get from your doctor, but with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. Results are guaranteed or your money back. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, 4hims.com/joy. That's 4hims.com/joy for your free online visit. FORHIMS.com/JOY.
Authentic Mexican grocery store, cakes, fresh produce, piñatas, boots, belts, and more. La Michoacana Mexican grocery store. Family owned and operated, offering the best Mexican products created. La Michoacana Mexican grocery store. And to make your tummy smile, Taco Yumas, their on-site food truck that's also available for catering and events. So where do you go for authentic Mexican product? La Michoacana Mexican grocery store. In Danville on Houstonville Road.
Hey folks, this is Duke Owens, General Manager here at Cartown Kia in Nicholasville. You know, folks are complaining daily about supply chains and inventory. We don't have that problem. We have new Kias arriving daily. We have a great selection of Kias from Tellurides, Sorrentos, Sportages, Celtos, Souls, K5s, and Fortes. And remember, we have over 20 lenders that want to approve you. Come and see us here at Cartown Kia or look us up online at cartownkiausa.com.
While supplies last with approved credit, see dealer for details and availability.
Talk Kentucky Sports, weekday mornings at 10 with Matt Jones and Kentucky Sports Radio, right here on AM 1230 WHIR.
9:39 in the morning, 49 degrees here in Titletown, Danville, KY. Thursday, September 29th, a bride's wedding dress recently caught fire as she was walking down the aisle. It brushed up against a candle that was there in the aisle next to some chairs. So they set it up. It was really pretty. I'm looking at the picture of it right now. But so they have candles at the end of each row. And the dress of the bride was wearing just kind of brushed by a candle and caught on fire. And so this is kind of making its rounds now online as the bride walks down the aisle, her dress catching on fire. And that's causing some people to look at this, that maybe they can come up with a new show, new TV show based on this called Married at First Fire. Here's the new trailer for it.
Coming to Netflix, it's the dating show you've been waiting for. It's Married at First Fire.
Tina, you're beautiful, we have an amazing connection, and you're the sweetest woman I've ever met. However, your wedding dress is currently on fire. I'm sorry, but I don't choose you.
Watch as these couples try to find love, despite the woman's wedding dress possibly being on fire.
Sarah, you're super mean to me, you hate my entire family, and you stole my car.
What can I say? It was a nice car.
However, your dress isn't on fire, and that's a plus. Will you marry me?
Yeah, sure, whatever.
It's Married at First Fire, coming to Netflix.
Coming to Netflix! It's 9:40 in the morning. Tabitha from Morning Point Senior Living Center and the Lantern Alzheimer's Care Unit's going to be on here. And as we wait, let's get Gary Fogle with Kentucky Sports Memories right here on the Joe Show on this Wednesday. Here's Gary. Not Wednesday, Thursday,
Hello,
Joe.
I'm Gary Fogle. Welcome to Kentucky Sports Memories. What was it like to play for Bear Bryant back when he was at UK?
At Watson's, we've been delivering all the family fun and relaxation to our local community for over 50 years. Our mission is to provide high-quality home recreational products and home furnishings to our customers that bring families and friends together for a break from the daily stresses of life. Shop the largest local selection of in-stock products for your home, inside and out, and get the guaranteed lowest price in the USA. Only at Watson's. We have all the fun.
Just a couple of weeks ago, Mark Stoops, UK football coach, became the all-time winningest football coach in UK history, breaking the record held by Paul Bear Bryant, who coached at UK from 1946 through 1953. So this week we're looking back at Paul Bear Bryant's career, and I was curious of what players thought about him when they played for him. It's difficult to find a player still living who played under Bryant, so I talked to some children whose dads played for Bear Bryant. And one of those is Doug Proffitt. He's a longtime news anchor up in Louisville, born and raised in Louisville. But I talked to him about his father, who played under the Bear.
When your dad played for Bear, did he like him at the time he played for him?
I love that's your first question, Gary, because my dad and those fellow players despised him. They hated him. In fact, they used to talk about this all the time, about they couldn't stand the man, and then afterwards they threw reunions for him here in Louisville because they loved him and worshiped the ground he walked on and the skills that he gave them and what he did for them in life. They couldn't get enough of him afterwards. But they talk about that and laugh about it because he was really tough. My dad tells a story about how he and Steve Meilinger one time had a great game, and they felt that they were the UK team, that they had won the damn game for the entire thing. And so team meeting comes the next day on a Sunday morning, and Meilinger and Dad go down to the front of the little auditorium where they met, and they put their feet up on the stage. Well, the Bear hadn't come in yet, and when he came in, Dad said he literally did a line drive, kick drive of their feet off of the thing, and then it was silent. It was silent. And he walked around on the stage, and he said, well, I know one thing. It looks like I ran off the thoroughbreds here and kept the mules.
Talking about running players off, we'll take a look at that tomorrow. Gary Fogle, Kentucky Sports Memories.
Gary Fogle, Kentucky Sports Memories, Mondays through Fridays, right here on the Joe Show at this time. Tabitha Teague is in studio. What's going on with Tabitha?
Oh, just hanging out. I'm admiring this thing, this beautiful.
Yeah.
Like, this has your name on it.
Yep. That's my trophy.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Like, you could lift weights with this.
It's a heavy trophy. It is. Yeah, I was taken back by how heavy the thing is.
Yeah. Congratulations. Like, I feel like I'm in the presence
Thank
of
you.
somebody.
Yeah, I got to put it up there so that when people walk in, they see, well, this guy's not a complete idiot. He can do some good work.
I mean, I'm just impressed.
That was the best locally produced radio ad in the state of Kentucky. It was for McDonald's. I did an ad for McDonald's earlier this year.
Uh-huh.
And that's the one that won. So that's
And
what
they
the trophy's
loved
for. The Kentucky Broadcasters Association, I guess, loved it, yeah.
Well, I think that they should send it out to the McDonald's all over the world and see.
You think I could be the voice of the nationwide McDonald's ad campaign?
I think it's possible.
Anything's possible nowadays.
Anything is possible.
I mean, come on. We live in a day and time where we're not limited by anything.
Correct.
So we'll see what happens.
Might as well.
It is, but you're right. It's a heavy trophy. That thing in a paperweight, that thing could hold down. No, it's a novel weight right there. I could hold down anything.
Yes. Yes, I'm impressed, Joe.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Tabitha's in studio with Morning Point, and we're gearing up, Tabitha, in a couple of weeks. It's going to be fun. October the 11th, that's my mom's birthday. And you are having a pet parade for her.
Having a pet parade. It's my husband's birthday, too.
October the 11th is?
October the 11th.
And 6:30 to 8. So what is the pet parade? Tell us why y'all doing this. What is this?
Okay, so the whole idea and how that it came about, I took it to our team, to our activities director. This is our first annual. We have the annual cruise, and there are things that we do that we do year after year, as you know, like the pet or the pie contest and all that you are a part of. And
yeah.
So this is something very new to us. So we're still kind of working out the kinks to all of it, but there are three things that we have found very therapeutic to our residents, and that is children, music, and pets. And so we thought, we love showcasing our residents. We thought, why don't we showcase pets?
Okay.
Pets.
Yeah.
So we have been to local veterinarians and local pet-associated businesses that have donated and sponsored us by donating prizes, things. We've got free grooming. We are going to have a bark sale, and I know you want to know what that is, right?
Mm-hmm.
A bark sale. You've heard of a bake sale.
Yes. Is a bark sale just for animals, for dogs, like dog treats?
Correct.
So, are they homemade?
Correct.
How do you homemade dog treats?
Oh, my gosh. It has been the cutest thing. So, our executive director, Sarah Mills, who is right here in Danville, she is a huge animal lover. She has 2 German Shepherds that had Hadley and Piper that she loves immensely. Well, she makes them their treats. Treats can be very expensive, and there are some that can even be very unhealthy.
Yeah,
not good for them. And so she takes one thing that she does is it's a peanut butter and oatmeal dog treat, and our residents have made those, and they're like in the little shapes of dog bones.
Dog bones.
They are precious. I cannot wait. Then we are doing sweet potatoes. They're freeze-dried, sweet, not freeze-dried, like they're hot. What do you call that?
Canned.
No, when you
Hung
put
out to dry.
hydrator. Yeah, the hydrator.
Okay.
She uses a air fryer that has a hydrator and sweet potato. So we are super excited for our bark sale. So they'll be there for purchase for that. That isn't free. That's actually to raise money. So we're excited for that. So we are going to have, we have some livestock that's committed to come. We have a alpaca that's committed to come.
So this
a
isn't
rabbit.
just dogs and cats.
No, it's a pet.
Yeah,
that would be discriminative if we said.
What did I say to begin the conversation? We're not limited by anything anymore.
That
not
is
even
correct.
Pet shows.
That is correct. And so we've invited our families and our residents, and certainly the community. We've invited the Humane Society to bring, if they've got, a pet or two that they would like to bring that needs adoption.
Yes.
What a wonderful time to bring those, those little folks over, those little fur babies over that because obviously those that come probably are animal lovers, so that would be a good time.
Be great,
to work in the emotions of how cute.
So is this something that the public is invited to come?
Oh, my gosh,
You
yes.
want people to come watch the pet
We
parade?
do,
Okay.
yes, we do. We want folks to come and watch. If you have a little pet that you're just crazy about and you want to showcase and show them off, we invite you to come to Morning Point on October the 11th.
I got a dog I love, but I don't know if I want to show him off.
Why?
He's wild. Even Chipper's getting, so he's like 9 years old now,
Okay.
8 or 9 years old. He's always getting the gray around his snout and
what
his
kind of
eyes.
dog is he?
Golden Retriever.
Oh, yeah.
And he loves people so much, he'll knock them over. He can't help himself.
Is
when
it
he
the
wags
tail?
his tail, his entire butt is
Yeah.
wagging. Yeah, he can't help it.
Yeah. So we have 2 pets at home. We have Stella, who is my mini golden doodle.
Mm-hmm.
She's precious. She's super
My brother's
little.
got a golden doodle.
Love. But we have a new member of our household.
Uh-oh.
And that's Scout.
Scout
Scout is an Aussie doodle. He is
Australian
precious.
Shepherd.
And a doodle.
And a doodle
and a
mix.
poodle.
Poodle mix? Okay.
He is so cute. But he's also a blue merle. So he's got that, that kind of the black gray or black blue, whatever.
I've never heard of Aussie Doodle before. I've never heard
For
of that
real?
breed. No. I'm going to look it up, see what they look like.
Would you? But in the
Aussie Doodle.
meantime, yes, and he is fantastic. So he's about 13 weeks old.
Here we go.
So he will have had his next round of vaccines. So I'm still hesitant to think about bringing him, just because he will not have had all of his vaccines as of that time. So
Is that what he looks like? I've seen these dogs. I didn't realize they were called Aussie
that's
Doodles.
probably a full-grown one. Here is my Scout. Of course, I know we can't see him there, but he is more of the black. Is
We
he
can
not
hold it
the
up to the
cutest
camera.
thing you have ever seen in your life?
Here, you can just hold it up to the camera there in the live stream. He is a cute little fella.
He is.
There you go. Let the listeners see. Look at that. Now, that is what you call an Aussie Doodle, folks.
Yeah.
If you're watching on the live stream, this is exciting radio right here if you're not. But if you are, that's an Aussie Doodle.
That is Meet Scout. So Scout he'll come to Morning Point. Stella comes to Morning Point from time to time, but Scout's pretty laid back. He doesn't get real excited.
So what kind of door prizes you all giving out at the pet parade? You said door
So we're
prizes.
going to have dog food
Okay.
that's been donated, Tractor Supply, Berkman. We've got pet feeders, pet scents, that's dog treats, dog collars. We've got the Barking Lot that has donated a free grooming. That is where Scout now goes to.
Where is that place? I've heard about the Barking Lot. Is it in Danville?
So she's brand new. She just opened September the 1st. She is behind, is that 5-star is that 5-star Fast Track? What is that called?
There's 5 stars. The one there on
gas
the
station?
bypass.
Okay, so it's that gas
Near where
station.
the AT&T store is?
Yeah,
Yes,
so you turn
okay.
in right there, and then you are just going to drive right past that gas station, and you'll almost miss it. There's some storage units right there, and then there's just a little brick building. She was fantastic.
I didn't know where she was. You need to tell her to advertise. You need to get her on the radio.
Yes, she is.
If they're not on the radio, I don't know where they are.
Yes, you need to get her. She's like precious, like Scout. She did great with Scout. She even asked if he could stay even after his groom. She does by appointments.
Okay.
So it's not just that you go and drop them off and they have to stay in a crate until their turn. She doesn't do that. They're not crated, but she did ask for Scout to stay. She said, I really like this little fella. He's got such a great personality. So when she let me know he was ready, she said, do you care if he just kind of hangs out with me for a little while? She said, I really like this guy.
He's a good
And
fella.
I just really liked that about her. So,
yeah, that's a good little fella there.
Good little
so
fella.
there you go. It's the pet parade. It's October the 11th. Then this will be fun for your residents too. I know that I'm sure you have a lot of residents that love pets.
Yes.
Are they allowed to have pets in their rooms?
They are. So
okay.
Morning Point is pet friendly. We have they have to be able, obviously, to care for their pet, their little fur baby. So we have 3 residents that have little lap dogs.
Okay.
So we can't have big German Shepherds
Can
or
they
labs.
just like walk
or,
around the hallway at free will?
They have to be on a leash.
Okay.
Or they're holding them. And then we have 2 residents that actually have cats.
Cool.
Yeah, so it's a pretty good. And then we have Theo, who is Theo the therapy cat. He is a Morning Point cat. He belongs to us at Morning Point.
Cool.
And most recently we have Leo the lantern cat, and he lives over in our lantern. We adopted him through Heartland. Someone we think dropped off some kittens there. And when we were taking Theo, to have his well checkup, we seen Leo, and he just looked like he should belong.
Leo and Theo.
Part of the Morning Point family.
The two Morning Point cats.
Yes.
And it should be like
I'm telling you, it's like home, folks.
Yeah, it is.
It's very much like home.
It should be like a movie. Leo and Theo.
Is like a movie.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's like coming home,
Yes.
We were just talking this morning about getting our float. Morning Point is going to have a float.
In the Christmas parade?
In the Christmas parade.
Yes!
And so the theme is old-fashioned Christmas.
Yes, it is.
And so we have been contemplating what ideas that we, because it seems stereotypic when you think of old-fashioned Christmas. It's the two rocking chairs and a fireplace and Grandma and Grandpa sitting in a rocking chair.
Reading a story.
Yeah. Well, Morning Point, we like to do things out of the park.
Mm-hmm.
So we are now noodling on ideas of old-fashioned Christmas.
I've got one.
You do.
So you got to have electricity on the float. You
Okay.
bring an actual oven on the float,
You're going to say a kitchen.
Or
like making candy.
A working kitchen, and you're actually making cookies and candy as the float
That
goes
was
by.
my idea. No kidding. Great minds think that was my idea.
That's got to be what you do then. If two people think of the same random idea.
And what brought it to my mind as we were talking about it this morning in our morning meeting was I have an old rolling pin. It's old, like it was whittled out. It's all one piece, and I was thinking about old fashioned, and for some reason that rolling pin came to my mind, and I was thinking when I think of old fashioned, I think of candy making and cookie making. So that's what I said to them. I said, how could we be?
Imagine you all giving out warm cookies just made on the float to the people that are there at the parade. Because other people throw candy out or whatever.
Which
if they
can't
can do that. I don't think they can anymore.
You have to walk and actually hand it to them.
Imagine that actual warm cookie for someone while they're out there in the cold watching the parade.
But see, you've taken it to a different level. But I mean, with a generator, could we make that happen?
Sure. Anything's possible. What do we say?
Anything is possible.
We're not limited by anything now.
Right?
Anything.
So who knows? You never know what you might see. So
Tabitha with Morning Point. So you all, again, it's October the 11th, the Pet Parade. The Christmas Parade's coming up, I think, the first or second Saturday in December. So we're a couple months off from that. So we'll continue to talk about that as we get there. If anybody has any questions about the Pet Parade, 859-965-1008. It's open to the public, 6:30 to 8 on Tuesday, October the 11th, 859-965-1008. Tabitha, appreciate you being on.
Thanks, Joe.
It's 9:56 in the morning.
What benefits do you get from working at McDonald's? Well, you probably guessed you get free meals and snacks during your work shifts. But listen to this. Weekly pay, paid time off, a matching 401k beginning in 2023, tuition assistance, manager bonuses, yearly raises, sign-on bonuses, and dental, vision, and health insurance. McDonald's of Danville and Harrodsburg. Apply right now in person or online at McDonald's.com. Locally owned, locally operated, and staffed by local people with great benefits. McDonald's of Danville and Harrodsburg.
This is Caraway and Adeline at Mattresses and More, next door to Ace Hardware on Houstonville Road in Danville. If you are looking for a new furniture or bedding, stop by and check us out. New merchandise arriving weekly, and we sell off the floor. Come see our Nana for the best deal around. You'll be glad you did.
Mattresses and More than a mattress store, located in Danville. Phone 859-236-1646 and like them on Facebook at Mattresses and More.
Hello? Guess who went out last night? I got hot and worked up, but I'm not the one who went out. It was my air conditioner, and I sure hope it had a good time, because I sure didn't.
I know just the person for you to see. Hensley's Heating and Air.
Hensley's Heating and Air?
Yes, give them a call right now.
What's the number?
859-336-3965.
Hensley's Heating and Air, local. Quick, timely service. 859-336-3965.
Suttles Tree Care, located in Harrodsburg, specializes in tree removal, tree trimming, shaping, stump removal, anything you need for your trees. Suttles Tree Care can be there for you. Suttles Tree Care does residential and commercial lots too. When unexpected storms happen, Suttles Tree Care will be there to help. Suttles Tree Care is over 30 years experience, licensed, bonded, and insured. Contact Suttles Tree Care right now to schedule your free estimate at 325-3727 or 612-2445. No tree is too big or small for Suttles Tree Care.
ADA Heating and Air. ADA
is on the way. Large enough to serve you, small enough to care. Since 1984. ADA. Always on time with our professional team when we show up at your door. ADA. Residential and commercial, day or night. ADA Heating and Air.com does it right. ADA Heating and Air. ADA is on the way.
They done did it again. Gave a great deal and made a new friend. Where's this, you say? Withers Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Lawrenceburg is the way. With first-class service and a spin of the wheel. For some extra gifts after your new car deal, check out the inventory at ChryslerofLawrenceburg.com and head on down to US 127 to the new Withers Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Lawrenceburg. Today is your deal of the day, and Withers Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Lawrenceburg is the way.
Car Express Wash invites you to save money and help our local charities through Halloween every Saturday night from 7 p.m. till 10. Charity gets 25% and tips. This Saturday, it's the Centenary United Methodist Youth Group, The Rock.
Hi, this is Jenny at Car Express Car Wash. I want to announce that we are doing Suds and Screams. This is the area's only for charity car wash. Come on out. It will be a scream. Don't drive dirty.
Car Express Wash. Don't drive dirty.
Danville Bypass, Big Blue Building.
This is the talk of the town, AM 1230, and now on FM 103.9.